Yeah. Anyway, welcome to the Keepers of the Golden Gate session 89, unless I've counted wrong. It is the 7th of May, somehow, already, 2021. I am Ryan, the GM, and here are the players.
Hello, I'm Adrian, and I play Arya Bluebird, the half-elf druid.
Hello, I'm Sean, and I play Bastiel, the Warforged cleric.
Hey, I'm Scott. I'm playing Crumbar, half-orc paladin.
Hannah, I play Isla, the tiefling sorcerer.
Hi, I'm Callie, and I play Serene, the Furball Granger.
Yeah. Yeah, you all do.
Or at least we try.
Yeah.
Try.
What do you remember from last time?
I had a cool wee bro down with Eremos.
Yeah? Got a nice wee heart to heart?
Didn't get stabbed in the throat, which was nice. Didn't get stabbed at all, actually, which was really nice. HP over 0 equals victory, kids.
True that. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you rejected him.
Yeah, he offered to take you away
reject
from all
him.
everything.
Well, you kind of did.
Yeah.
He's gonna remember that.
He refused his hand in friendship. Oh.
I declined it in the fact that I should stay and be responsible for my pseudo actions and make things easier for the whole party. But
Scott,
if
look
that's how you guys feel,
Scott,
fuck.
I'm very proud of you, right? Very, very proud of you, because 2 years in and you've just used the term pseudo actions correctly, and I'm very, very proud of you. Well done, buddy. Yeah. Crumbar's come such a long way.
Yeah, Crumbar. I just learned my own language. Yeah.
Oh dear. Okay, yeah. Anything else happened then that wasn't Crumbar doing the responsible thing and also being nice to Eremos without starting a fight and destroying all the dwarves?
We were in Horizon while he was doing
No,
High
we went to
Rock.
High Rock.
High
We went to High Rock,
Rock.
and I forgot Rasira existed.
Yeah, you
Just blanked
did.
him out of my
Oh my
memory.
God. Yes.
I completely forgot.
Where did
Yeah.
you go?
This is an imagination game in our heads, and I deleted him. So yeah, I may have let slip secrets I should not have done, and then panicked for the rest of the session.
And drank heavily.
Drank heavily and gave myself anxiety. It's great.
Uh-huh.
But I'm gonna fix it. I've been given maybe a way to fix it,
Ooh.
but it seems to involve kissing, which while was
Yeah.
nice with Cerule, I'm stressed out about it for the rest of the situation.
Cooties.
I mean, we'd always try to kind of like drown him, and then you can pretend you're doing CPR, I guess.
Hey, I'm
good.
down for that.
Just like put on some like lip seal and just be like, "Hey, do you need some lip seal?" Yes.
I was waiting for you to
That's
say.
not awkward.
I wasn't. Lipsil wasn't what I was expecting. It was Barry White is what I was expecting you to
That's
say.
very right. And just
Lipsil, Barry
get
White.
it on.
Same thing, right?
Oh dear.
You know, just be like, "Hey, do you need some chapstick?"
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh wait, you've got something. Never mind, just let me get it, and then
yeah.
mwah.
Yeah, exactly. Just
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably the first kiss he'll ever have had. So
I mean, the man's probably had a mother. Let's face it.
I mean, you could always
Yeah.
have the this is a traditional tiefling hello,
yeah,
approach.
he doesn't know
Yeah,
about
she's-
your.
She's gonna go for I'm one of those drunks that kisses my friends.
I mean, there's
That's her
Christmas
plan.
there's Christmas and Cadence, right? Just wait for that, and then just be like, boom,
That's-
mistletoe.
no.
Happy New Year. Oh.
Yeah, it's Tiefling New Year.
Yeah.
We all have to kiss. Oh, now.
Oh dear. Yeah. Yep. We have that. That's a thing. Yep. Somehow. Here's where we are. Yeah.
This is
Oh, and we
game.
saw Zadreka,
Yeah, you did.
Mm-hmm.
and we had a liquid
The
lunch.
one
Is
that
what I've
gave
written.
us that gave
And you
us
know
the
what
wine.
the funniest thing is? Scott didn't see her.
That hurts my feelings.
I know it hurt your feelings not to see her,
Favorite
but I
fucking
found it
card.
funny.
Yeah, favorite character. No.
Oh, come on. Not.
Why is everyone
Astoria?
being mean to me today?
I'm not being mean to you.
Because it's so easy.
Don't be mean, Audrey. Back in
I'm
your
sorry.
corner.
I am being silly though. I'm not actually trying to.
Don't make me get the water
that's
bottle.
alright.
It's not a spray
Right.
bottle. It's just a water bottle I throw. That's it. Like
Okay. Spraying her.
oh dear.
No.
Okay, so we had the faux pas of our tiefling chum. What else happened?
I went to get a new arm.
Yeah.
And yeah. Where did Rosera even go? I can't even remember.
We don't know. We don't know that
No
information.
idea.
She went away.
I made a friend for the party and you abandoned him like a sore egg.
What? Even the friend of the party then abandoned him. Firstly, okay.
I got sidetracked. There's a difference.
Being arrested.
That's what Candir cast on you. Sidetrack. Yeah.
Choo choo!
Oh dear. Okay. You went and you spoke to wee Flittic about your arm. Yeah. You did some very scientific testing as well between yourself and
Yeah.
the bird. Yep.
Yeah.
What is it with you and bird-related strange men?
What do you mean? Who else?
Remember, in fact, you're still that in the Facebook chat. Not a bird, I think, is your nickname in that still. Because of
Yeah, for someone who's not a bird, you definitely do a lot of bird-related activities.
What architecture? What?
No, remember the old man whose name is completely. I only think of Jet now. Mark, that was
Mark.
it. I literally couldn't get his name. I was like, Jet is not
Oh,
the only
yeah.
old man in this world.
The eagle.
Yeah, remember your eagle? He turned you to amber. And
Yeah.
you were like, I'm not a bird. And he goes, Are you sure?
You saw through me on that day.
Yeah. It's actually Bastel's just powered by 17 budgies all working in concert.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. But yeah, so Flittic just decided to do some testing and he told you, do you remember what he told you in fact? His parting words.
He said I needed an infuser.
Yeah.
In
And
response
who
to-
could that be?
I don't know if I think he's talking about a device. I don't know.
I mean, we might find out, right? We might find out. So, yeah. Anything else we've missed out, or was that everything? Anything else?
That was about it.
Antagonize the bubbles!
Antagonize the bubbles.
Yeah.
Very important.
The pub we're in is called The Wet Appetite.
Oh god, yeah, I forgot I named it that. Yeah, well done, past me. Yeah, basically a politician's bar. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think that I don't think there's anything that I'm forgetting, but would I know? Goals. That's the other thing we do. So let's have a nosy at those. So, currently, the goals are Scott. Do you want to tell me them? The general goals.
The general ones.
Yeah,
They
why not?
are... Use Aurodax resources to find out about the eye, because that's happening. Learn who took the Rod of Pat off the Shao, because that would have been done if I wasn't in jail. Learn the artificers. Learn the artifact's name and use. God code GGW. Can't actually remember why we need to do that. Successfully.
You're the guy.
Trapped in your
If you don't want to do
sky
that,
and
we
wanna
have no
save
reason
him?
to do it. Straight up.
Yeah.
You're the GTW guy.
I think it was also our secure god.
In
Call them
my
back.
defense, I've kind of been too busy working on my own defense.
Yeah.
You've got chess to learn.
In my defense,
Yeah.
that, in fact.
Yes. I successfully commune with the High Druid because I don't know, some prophecy bullshit that probably isn't even real.
Fair, yeah. And what about your personal one?
Either that or the whole world of burns. It's kind of take it or leave it.
Yeah. And your personal one?
My personal one is actually
down.
worded not badly. Prove I am not the direct cause of the deaths of orcs and shizzle.
Okay. And Arya, what's your personal goal?
I still want to commune with nature and learn about the heart of the mountain. I feel that would be cool.
Excellent.
I-
Yes.
After the way the dwarves have treated me, I'm totally 100% up for just going, nah, you know what? We're
Yeah.
taking a new fire buddy with us. Bye.
Yeah, because you've been so harshly treated by dwarfs, given
It's
Watch-
not how the
watch
dwarves have
Freud
treated you,
crumble.
it's how the white essentially is
Mm.
treating you. She's the authority right now.
Yeah.
You think about poor Dondrabella. She's like
Yeah.
super helping you out.
We still ain't
Yeah.
Catravanges.
And that one guard that told you about the
Oh
quick
yeah, he
gooseberry.
was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. He hooked us up.
Yeah.
So 3 whole dwarfs we like.
There we go. We'll take them with us.
Uh-huh.
How many people can the
Also,
teleport
Scott-
actually at one given
Scott, you're
time?
not Adri, I think, like Keel, right? Remember the slightly grumpy one you met on the road? The one that was with
Yeah.
Andromeda and Bang? Yeah.
Bang was the best though. Bang
Uh-huh.
was.
So, yeah. Okay, Bastiel, your goal.
Install the arm. Although now I think if I'm going to go through all this trouble of getting a soul into it, I may as well customize it first and do. Yeah, but we'll see.
I mean, it's still the overall goal, but we can definitely look at it in a, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? Not compartmentalized, but the opposite, I guess. An unpacked way, yeah. Serene.
I still want to know who has control of Justoria, because who knows what's going on with her.
Bad
just-
things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could be, in charge of the Abyss by now.
I
By
think,
the
she's,
breach,
I think
who
it's safe
knows?
to say Justoria's probably been to the ringer by now.
Yeah, and that was about 40 sessions ago, to be fair.
To be honest,
Again, like 3 days.
to be honest, nothing is as bad as what's happening to Gil.
Yeah.
You know, considering how long ago was that we're meant to report that in?
Yeah, 2 actual years plus. In fact, no, it might actually be 2 actual years.
I blame Reach
Uh,
because I'm pretty sure that was his goal. So yeah, blame Reach.
he did try though. Let's have a quick nosy at this. Where are we here? Also, Isla, while I'm counting, do you want to tell me your goal?
Well, mine is rectify my misstep.
Yeah, it is.
Mhm.
Oh
I
dear.
just think your goal should permanently just be antagonize the bubbles.
I
Oh.
think the 9th of August is when you left the Abyss. I think 9th of August 2019. So session 15.
Oh.
I think it's when
Wow.
you left them. Because that one's called Fly You Fools, and that feels like a get out of the abyss because of a Balor came through the portal type situation. Yeah.
Because the
Mhm.
personification of death came through.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. So that's our goals. Those seem fine. I do love the idea that Bastiel turns up with the god phone and is like, "Here, I've got GGW," and Scott's like, "I don't know," just shrugs. I'm not in.
Tell him I'm at work.
Yeah, I'm out. Oh dear. Yeah, I think the best thing to do is to open up on the trio currently. Okay. So, what's the plan, gang? Because I don't think you had left the bar yet, had you? Or you were leaving the bar to go somewhere, from what I remember last.
No, I don't think we had.
No, I feel we just
left
ordered more wine.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Yep. I thought you were.
Just more
More of
money.
that good purple stuff.
Yeah, I was going to say there's another bottle of purple stuff, but I don't know why I just felt you were getting that to go, but maybe I just added that part in. Yeah, okay.
I
Yeah.
We
mean,
can go an
totally
alfresco
pick
drink
it
in the
up,
park.
though.
Kind of getting
Yeah.
to that point. Maybe.
Yeah.
Just ask for like a straw.
I mean,
or something.
this is like a super posh place. Imagine how scandalized they'd be. Like the three of us
Just
already
swigging out
out
of bottles.
place, walking out of a pub with passing bottles amongst ourselves and walking slightly not straight.
And
Hey, we
nobody
were
wearing a
with
mask.
Zadraka, and they are very I think well known in that place by the looks of it. So
Yeah, at least the office of the Golden Order is, at least.
Right?
Yeah.
Mm.
Because I mean that probably looks good, right? Having the head or the acting head of the Golden Order like drink at your pub. That's something you can tell people. It's
Put
probably
on the
gonna.
wall.
I was gonna say it's gonna get nailed on the wall soon enough. Yeah. So
A
yeah.
signed headshot, you know.
Yeah. A nice charcoal sketch.
Susanna was
Yeah.
here.
Okay. So, where like, you can be at the table if you have stuff to talk to each other about, or you can be wrapping up the last bottles that Hermione bought you. So it's up to you. You just can let me know. What stage you're at.
I think I just like unloaded my problems
Mhm.
and have like face planted onto the table. But I'm now doing that kind of thing where you look like, will you just bring your forehead off the table and look up pathetically in a kind of
You told them
help me.
what happened between you and Cyril.
We weren't
Think
there
so.
for that.
I know, but I think I went. I've got a thing, but she had to kiss me,
Oh, yeah,
and
you
now
did-
I maybe have to kiss
yeah.
him, and I don't know
You
what
did
to do.
tell us that,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, I definitely the kissing was definitely mentioned,
Okay.
but I checked around this time to make sure no one was listening.
When you say kiss, Ruya kind of like bends
Yeah.
like down from my shoulder and like kind of like gives me a peck on the cheek because I've taught her to like kiss. So every time she hears the word kiss, no matter who says it, she just does that. So the more you say it, the more I'm like looking at you, kind of like staring, kind of like, can
Getting
you
little pets.
stop?
Maybe.
No,
So
because it's a bit like silly. I'm like, yes, come on, okay, stop it. I mean, you teach them one thing and then they do it again and again. And...
But
anyway,
that could be
that
maybe that
sounds
would work.
interesting.
Do you think I can? Maybe I. Oh. And then I'll face plant
You
on the
want
table again.
to kiss Ruya and make Ruya kiss him? I don't think that would work though.
I don't.
Can
I don't
birds
think that
kiss?
would
They don't
work.
have lips.
This is the question of the ages.
Is it though?
I think you'll have
Not
to.
really a
have
kiss.
to
It's like
kiss
a peck,
them.
you know.
Can I like focus on whatever feeling? Like, do I feel like I have to kiss Rasiram, or do I feel like I could high five him, like in the face? That would work.
People just
Call a slap, but hey.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why don't you roll Arcana, right? But first, before you do, can you roll me a con save?
Yeah,
Okay.
you
Okay.
are.
this kiss is just
Oh.
like typical pirate stuff, isn't it? It's poison. You can't just do it to someone else. I think there's literal poison on your lips.
Okay, Alice Cooper.
Valid. It's a valid concern. Okay.
Cyril
con
pulls
save.
off her energy mask, and it was Alice Cooper the whole time, and nobody's surprised. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you can definitely just make your Arcana check now with no hindrance at all. Quite frankly. Look at you, toughing that
Oh,
out.
nice. I hadn't seen it yet.
Mhm.
It's just like, oh, I'm going to assume it's good then.
Yeah, it's pretty damn good.
Hey, good constitution
Yeah.
for a tiny tiefling.
I know, right? Okay, so we got
I was thinking of my
Arcana.
character sheet a
Yep,
second
no worries.
to
That's okay. I know
scroll
sometimes it can
down.
take a bit of time.
Okay. There we go.
Okay, yeah. So you clear your head. You have a think about what magic it could be, right? And mostly you just feel maybe you touch your lips as you're thinking about this, and you mostly just get a small static shock from it. And you're like, this is something you'd have to go ask somebody with a bit more experience in higher level magic. Yeah.
Okay.
Probably him.
Well, maybe if I ask him and then I do it, then he won't remember. But I feel like
Oh,
maybe
dear.
I could just like Rua's doing. I could just peck him on the cheek quickly. Oh. Mama always said, if I talk too much, I get myself into trouble. I must remember that.
I was kind of pat you on the head while you're like face down on the table. Just
Yeah,
stroke your
just,
hair.
like,
It's like,
mumbling
it's
into
okay.
into the table. Okay. I do now remember that he did say we should stay, and we all left.
Maybe we
Maybe
should go back.
Go back, yeah, and then maybe I can just deal with this straight away. Oh, maybe if you guys grab him, and I'm gonna look at both of you and be like, "Does that seem feasible?" Maybe we need Bastiel.
I'm sure I could. I'm not that strong. I'm a lot bigger than him.
I mean,
Yeah.
technically, Arya can be a gorilla on command. Just saying.
Oh,
Adri, like, why is it that every now and again you say stuff that just terrifies the living Jesus
It's
out
because
of me?
druids are terrifying. That's why. Oh dear.
Okay.
Shall we take the rest of this wine to go?
Yes.
We've still got this rest of this bottle.
Great.
to go.
Maybe that'll fix.
Yes.
Keep
totally.
drinking.
Oh
Not
dear.
sure that's how it works.
I think for the
But
sake
I've
of like
been
her,
enough Crumbar enough to know that it's not that helpful to tell people that.
I would say for all of Zedreka's money she left behind, you can just leave with a full bottle and you have drank whatever else was left of the money. So you can just have one to go between yous. Yeah.
Passing it back and forth.
Oh dear, so good.
What, you're too classy to share with your buddies?
No, they have to share. It's one.
No,
they have one
we're
bottle.
too classy to steal glasses.
Yeah. Oh dear. Right, yous head away from the wet appetite. Where do yous go?
Oh,
Yeah.
back to the park
Yeah.
that we landed in.
to the
Away
park.
for a drink
Yeah.
in the park with a bottle of
Mhm.
buffet between yous. Yep.
Oh,
Oh, have
back
all
in
our
the
lips gone purple
teen
yet?
days, yeah.
I think so. I think your lips were purple as you were leaving the place. Yeah. Oh dear, ridiculous. I love it though. It's great. Right. My God. I'm gonna cut from you guys. These are heading to the park. That's at least something I can track in my brain. Bastiel.
An infuser. What is this? Some kind of mechanism?
Right, kind of goes, of a sort, yes, says Flitwick, a small gnome man, looking excited. He goes, do you know anybody? Like,
Oh.
anybody that followed in the footsteps of Brewblade? He looks you up and down. I don't know why he's got really Scottish all of a sudden, but and because I said Brewblade, and it feels good when you say it with a bit of a Scottish kick to it.
Yeah.
Brewblade, doesn't it? It's good.
No, I don't know anyone.
I
What are you
mean,
looking for here? Arcana? Some kind of wizardry, magics?
I think general history, and we'll see actually if you've maybe just lied to him deliberately, or at least maybe Shan's forgot.
I don't know
So-
anyone related to him.
No, but like in terms of anybody in the craft, right, that you might have come across, I am. Give me a history roll. We'll see if anything comes up.
Or attack?
Oh, fuck, I have a thingy on. Normal.
That's okay. 14's fine.
14.
Yeah, that's okay. Don't remember. We'll always just take the first one. There's no need to panic. It just sucks when you see the other roll and it's better, and you're like, oh man. But yeah, you I think as he says that, names that come to mind are somebody that Scott was talking about, or and by Scott I mean Crumbar. Something that Crumbar was talking about from Horizon, and probably all of Horizon. Rasira clearly has the ability to infuse items with magic. I think he called himself like an enchanter or something. And yeah, like there has been very little of you following up on Brewblade himself, or like people that picked up from his work, because people, as you could tell from where like his property was kind of situated in Forge, it was kind of out of the way deliberately, because people knew things might blow up, or you know, he was definitely close at least to the or he was close to the king at the time, whoever the hell that was at the time, like 100 years before Patravangus. So yeah, he was close to that king. In terms of that's why you were built as part of the war effort. But unfortunately shelved. So yeah, like because of him shelving that, like he buried most of his work, so you wouldn't know anybody that followed up on it because it was deliberately buried on your behalf specifically. But in terms of that, there was Crumbar tried to buy stuff from a market from somebody that clearly had talent, given the prices. That or they were just hecklers. But they clearly had talent given the things they could do. And it's not meta to know that because Crumbar did come back and talk about it. Basically saying I don't have enough gold for it all because it was expensive. But he does have mithril rings for trading these days, and I imagine a smith could make use of that, even if especially if they're not dwarven. And then, as I said, Rasira. Granted, he's a bit absent right now, but that's fine. He did say he would be back. I don't think if there's anybody else in the entire Pa, obviously. You know, technically, you know, Celeste is as well, because you, technically, by being a cleric, and Crumbar's sword that he had, right? So, technically, Celeste counts in this category as well. Depending on your opinion, Magna and Eremos, right? However that happened, one of them is, if not both. And it's safe to say that Magna probably is anyway, regardless of the Eremos situation. Do you think of anybody else that might be considered an infuser?
I'm just trying to remember the name of the blacksmith in Horizon.
Igani Adanis.
Just because it's not on the
Or
NPC
Idani Aganis, I think. Idani Aganis. I
I
think was
thought
her name.
Oridak was some sort of like wizard sorcerer dude as well.
So
Good massive power.
he might have been an
Outright-
infuser, but he mostly played with memories, if you remember. Ironically, if you remember, he traded memories. So if he could put memories into things, because remember he's walked in and he's got like the memory of like the first time you had like your most favorite drink and things like that. So arguably he was an infuser of that sort. Yeah. So Ordak agreed. Yep. He would definitely count at least for the term.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if anything else comes up. Also, see if you actually use the document. I think Idani Aganis is on the document, not in necessarily the spreadsheet.
on the actual document.
I think so.
I'll have a look at it.
I just feel like I wrote her name down somewhere. She's for Hannah's benefit. She's the badass blacksmith tiefling lady that has one of her horns is cracked, but she's filled it with metal.
She's definitely been mentioned.
She's been mentioned. That's a phone.
Okay. I'll go double check to see if she exists on the thing he was looking at. 2 seconds. Anybody get any other ideas? Anybody they've bumped into? I mean, obviously, the dragons would probably all have that ability, considering technically the white infused Bastiel.
Literally about to say.
Yeah. So the dragons, right? It's just that the red happens to, or penchant, I should say, for infusing things with fire.
Hey, you could argue I've just been infused with something.
Yeah, death itself.
La.
You're gonna kill Zero.
I like that you've gone to the darkest possible
That's what
explanation.
it's the kiss of death. This is a classic. Classic.
Yeah, take that memory from him. He just drops dead. Oh, and the rest. that was the note. Yeah, you unfold the bottom part of the paper and it just says "and the rest."
Oh no.
That would be horrible. Really, Cyril, an evil dragon posing as a human in the old money city. He would never do something underhand,
Said she was evil.
right?
I'm gonna ask Cyril.
All
Go,
the
Cyril.
It's literally in
chromatics
her
are,
name.
Yeah, it was like all the chromatics are considered evil.
Yeah.
Neutral to evil. I know. Shocking. Such
You
a big
don't
brush.
know that.
Let's see if I can find if this is written somewhere.
I feel like if you live long enough, you're eventually going to be considered evil by the people around you that don't live the same age.
Especially if people in power are in direct opposition to you.
I don't know if I agree with that, Bastiel. I think like
Suppose,
if you're a
if you live long
bastard,
enough.
yeah.
Like, life is like meaningless in the end. 'Cause you're like,
Yeah, exactly. It becomes expendable to you, so you look evil. But really, you just know how finite it is.
Say that to the GGW,
Ooh.
why don't you? He's a good one,
uh-oh.
right? He's not even good. He's great. It's literally his name. No, I can't see. Danny
Yeah,
Dennis's name. I've actually had a scan at it. Apparently, she must have fell through the cracks. No pun intended. Given her horn. Yeah. So.
How is it? Can you just type her name in and I'll just add it to you?
No, I will go back through my notes to see how I spelt the name, since I already said it wrong.
What was her forge called again? It was
the Felled Forge. I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that part. Because she was the most stereotypical tiefling type blacksmith I could think of at the time. Even her name with a Ganis. But I did say Igani Idanis the first time instead of Idani Iganis, which might not even sound different, but it is. Which is kind of
casting a spell on me.
I know, right? I know. Just summon a tiefling to your rooms.
Yeah.
I'll find it eventually. It'll be because it wasn't that long ago she appeared. The Felled Forge, Iganis, and I think I wrote Idali here. Yeah, Iganis Idali. So I got it wrong. I'm gonna type it in multiple places. Iganis Idali. Apparently. Yeah.
Yay.
Okay. That was the Felled
Suddenly,
Forge.
I feel so much better about getting these names all wrong.
I mean, I'm not meant to remember things. You just have these trackers for such things. This is your job.
Yeah, but but we can mishear things and.
Oh, 100%.
such,
Yeah,
whereas,
like I mean,
if you invented the name, then I'm like, oh, okay.
to be fair, that was session 72. It's been a hot minute since then. That was November last year.
It's been a while. I know. Not judging.
No, I'm just impressed. My memory's still holding
anyway,
up.
no.
To be fair, if it's not Jet, do the NPCs really matter?
Right. Jet, the only one that will be actually, wrote for given the credit for your heroic deeds. After the campaign's finished. Yeah, Felled Forge, half plate, longsword, longbow, quivers, animated shield, blah 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 blah. Lots of money. Yeah. And then there was the Royal Academy of Reagents. I think is where you got your diamonds from. Yeah, and then obviously before that we had that wonderful incense selling man. Do you remember his name?
Rivius.
Yeah, it was. It was 100% Orivius Alvathar. Oh, he sounds like an asshole, doesn't he? He actually does. Orivius Alvathar. Random wizard that just liked the incense. Wow. There we go. Well, I'm glad we covered that. So, yeah. So, there's your list of infusers, right? I guess. If I think of any other ones that come up,
yeah, I'll go for Cyril.
what's her name? The god lady. What was the other one? The one you hate. Indra Lament.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Technically infused your axe.
Oh right, okay. Yeah.
Right.
So it means enchantment. I thought infuse was a different term entirely.
So it's like infusing magic into an item.
Okay.
Or infusing an item with magic
Yeah,
or with properties of some
That's a
kind.
lot of people.
Yeah, so it's definitely
Carry on.
like keep in mind people combining their essence to an object is a finite process though. Yeah. It's not like it's an art form. Not everybody that's magic can do it because it would make them less magic. Right?
Technically, though, I have Soul of the Forge, which means I can make a non-magical item magical and imbue it with like fiery energies. Can I do that? Am I an infuser now?
Paste it in.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Wait, no, that's not the one. The other one. What's it called? Blessing of the Forge.
I mean, it would be hilarious
Yeah,
if
we
we
go.
went through the 10 people that could be the solution and you were the
Yes,
solution
you can do it.
all along.
It sounds like the right criteria.
It is, but it's the wrong outcome. So this is like, remember I told you not everybody's willing to dabble into enchanting or infusing, because it makes you less of a thing. you
Yeah.
have the ability to put a blessing onto something, which isn't the same as infusing because it's not coming from you; it's going via you from your god, right? So technically, that's all Celeste's work.
You're just the
Alright.
cable, sorry. You're not the energy.
Yeah, but kind of right. You're definitely like you are the cables, not the power source. Yeah. Whereas if you were willing to dabble in, now let's not get into nuclear fission about this, Shan, right? But if you were willing to dabble with the source that's powering you, and you were willing to try and infuse some of that, I don't know if I could describe how badly that might go. But
I have an idea. I'll use the volcano it came from.
I mean, it's not a terrible plan.
You'll do what with the volcano?
Put it
My
in
new
his arm.
friend.
I want to kiss his face.
Remember, if you found a way to like tear the demon out of her bow, that could be repurposed. If you found ways to tear it out and re-infuse it,
Mm.
you know what I mean, that's another thing that could happen. But I feel like you'd owe Adri something, for that, because the bow is pretty bitchin'. Not even Arya,
yeah.
Adri, I think you would owe.
Mm.
So yeah, it's like
Okay.
how many free shots of divine intervention are you willing to sell to her
Yeah.
for it? Oh dear. Yeah, it's an interesting one, but like, you need to find somebody that's kind of like spent their life dedicated to making permanent infusions that don't weaken them. They've obviously found ways to like transplant elements and properties from one thing to another.
Alright.
As I said, you are actually very similar to it, and it is something you could like dabble in, but you would need powers and abilities to actually do it on a bigger scale. But you could 100% make the arm have a +1 AC if you wanted.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright then.
I think
So,
that isn't that permanently on you at the moment.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
on my body.
Yeah, on your built-in plate mail. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, maybe you do that thing where you sit and think, who do I know? And all the ones that in the meta you would know of, including again Isidali, because you wouldn't know her name necessarily, but you'll know Crombar should know the name.
Yeah, I basically conclude that everyone I know that could do this is gonna take an arm and a leg.
Well, you're getting 3 arms out of this, right? So you could give them your spare one, right? You're gonna have a spare arm.
One.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do you a trade. Have this arm for that arm, but also on me and working.
Oh, you should give me your spare arm as a mace or something like that, since I don't have a weapon anymore.
What? Oh yeah.
I'll just beat folk up with an arm.
Whoa.
The power of
Yeah,
teamwork.
but imagine if Bastiel kind of still feels with that arm and it suddenly starts moving
you should name it the help action.
Yes.
Yeah. You start every single
Oh,
fight by saying
ridiculous.
need a hand.
Beard.
Oh dear.
Yes.
Okay. And I say that to Flick. Say, oh, so infuses a person then, right? Yeah. Everyone that I know that can do what I think you're talking about, it will cost me more than I will gain from this endeavor, but maybe I can sort out a bargain or something. For now, I think I would like it installed. However, if you can manage to get that going, I can worry about how to imbue it with life later on.
He gives
What
you
do
a
you
funny
say?
look when you say that, and then he says, "Well, I mean, it'll be painful." And he taps on like your arm a bit, and he goes,
Ow! I'm joking.
"If you do that, he will like jump back, like oh." Like he will get a fright, yeah. Because you are asking, like, this is like a person walking in saying, "Go chop my arm off. I'm about to get a cool robot arm later." Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I was starting to hesitate a bit. Okay, I'll say, wait.
Because there's no guarantee you can just plug it back in and it'll work again.
Yeah.
That's the part he's worried about.
Oh no! I'm accepting I will have a dead arm for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I may as well make a step forward towards this project. Let's not just have it be a dream.
Yeah,
forever.
but I think when you say that, you'll be like, Would it maybe not make more sense if you used both arms while you have them to help carry the money you'll owe me for this project? Kind of like turns out his empty pockets again, innocently looking.
Don't worry, I'll fund you. Do you want to keep my arm? How about that? Maybe I can help you. You can learn from Ulrich and carry on his name. And you can be an infuser for...
He's already shaking your other hand, saying deal.
Well, alright then.
Yes, that seems like a fair trade, an arm for an arm. Yours, of course. Both. He
Right.
twitches his mustache a little.
Give me a hand, I give you a hand.
Yeah. And he kind of like rubs both of his absent-mindedly as if, please don't take my arms. He goes, I'll do the butchering if you just facilitate the infuser.
Right.
Nods. But I'll be here. Don't worry, I'll put that in the safe. Unless you're taking it with you.
No. Right. Well, should I? Is there anyone else I think could do this?
Don't know, ask the players as well. Remember, you do have the team, right, at your disposal. I mean, Scott.
I should just
is
leave
here.
the new arm with him for now, right? We're not going to find anyone else who can do this.
Oh.
I mean, even
Okay.
if you do, you could just come back and say, "Oh, I need the arm. The person I found wants to say it. Okay, bye forever."
Yeah, it's not like we.
Also, he's a gnome driller, and you are a hero in a game.
Also, unless
character
the
facts.
eye goes walkies again, which I won't let it, then we do have a very quick and reliable method of transportation.
Mhm.
At
Okay.
least until we start assembling this weapon of thing.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay then.
As a player, I don't see any downsides other than just the inconvenience of having to come back, but that is the most minor inconvenience given the abilities you have access to.
Well, I'm scared we're going to lose the Eye of Janus any day now.
Okay.
So,
That's never
but-
happened before 10 times in a row.
No idea what you're on about.
Hi-oh. So, yeah, it's up to you. It is your arm, after all. So, I'll leave it with him, and then just go sort out all the other parts and come back to him, I guess.
Yeah, I want to ask him what, as long as I'm leaving it here, if he can do some work on it.
Because I'll have a look at what I can try and, and he kind of like looks over it with his little kind of monocle, and he goes, "Now mind, it's not just the infuser. You'll need something to infuse. Something, and he waves vaguely, and then he goes,
I know.
energy, but not excitable. And he looks at you as if, did that translate?
Yeah, it does. I know all about
He nods, and he just taps the arm. Goes, I would
Alright,
wave
then.
it, but it's heavy.
that.
Gives you like
Hope
an
you have fun
excited
with
look.
that. Learn what you can.
Hurry back!
You'll.
He says quite enthusiastically.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We don't have too much fun.
He gives you a look as if he doesn't get what that means. Just a very quick snap. What?
It's just you're very excited to slice me apart, Flake.
No. Forgive me for that. No, it's the arm that's quite. And this is brutally, literally his handiwork, and it's not many gnomes get the chance to follow up on this, level of dwarven history. And he just starts
It's
like
true.
bumbling about stuff because he's like, I don't want to offend you, so you take your business
He's
elsewhere.
fangirling.
Yeah. Well, remember, he was one of
he-
the few people that actually recognised Brewblade's handiwork from Bastiel, right? Especially like, do you recognise this? And he's like, I do. Can I take a rubbing at that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really.
hmm So, yeah. Okay. Where do you head after that?
Well, thank him for closing shop for me, and I go back to where we were told not to leave.
Cool. Back to the park. Yeah.
It's
It's so good. 3 seconds. Past your left arm with Flotic, just so none of us forget where that is.
I'll put that in my notes. as well.
Good. Because it'll be like 400 sessions later when we remember you had another arm that we've been looking for the whole game. We're like, who even had that? So, yeah, I think you guys would just get back to the the park at the same time then, because that's convenient.
Mm.
Look at that. Imagine that. So yeah,
Hello, hello.
yeah. Where does Bastiel find you, 3? Is it on that bench in front of that waterfall? Or
Probably under some tree,
okay, yeah.
like looking like, you know.
I really want us to have found like cool sunglasses. We're all now in summer dresses.
It's just like
The big hats, yeah.
Yeah.
Arya's still with her,
I've cut,
you know,
cut
golden
holes
armor.
in mine. With
Oh,
my
dear.
horn.
Oh,
Arya's still with her golden armor on top of everything.
mhm.
Just
Yeah,
saying.
Just shining in the
Like-
sun.
I really like this park. It's really nice, isn't it? It's just nice to be back in nature, isn't it? Nice. It's
High as a kite.
It's so. I keep like nearly crying and then pulling myself together.
I found a
It's
picture of the
just
3 of
like-
you, by the way.
It's so lacking walls.
Not even sorry.
right. It's just
Yes.
I don't think I need to tell you who's who. I think you've got it.
Oh.
Oh dear, that's funny. Sorry if that offended, but I thought it was funny. Yeah. So Bastiel, I guess you walk in the park, and then you walk to like probably the near end of the park, and you see the 3 of them sitting under a tree, passing a bottle of wine between each other.
Oh, that was quick. Wow. I expected to have to dig through the depths to pull you from this city. But you look like 3 well-fed flesh bags.
Arya looks like she was gonna offer him some of the wine,
Don't.
but then
Oh,
she thought against it
it's
because he was mean.
over.
Not because you know it would be useless, but because you know he was mean. So
Mean.
fine, you're not gonna have any then.
I mean, he did say before that he ate when we were like hanging out in Forge. And,
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that would be a waste of really nice
we-
expensive wine.
Yeah.
I feel we're just having this conversation really
Uh-huh,
loudly
uh-huh.
in front of
Mhm.
Bastian.
Oh yeah, no,
I
absolutely.
think you are whispering, yeah.
Yeah.
Bastiel has -1 charisma. He's not keeping track of what he told people.
Yeah.
And, like, like the lies and stuff. He can't. God.
Also, it's
How
like
do you have -1 charisma? Isn't that your casting?
no, it's a cleric.
No.
Your
Cleric.
I
wisdom
thought
voice.
clerics use
Wisdom.
charisma. Is it
No.
wisdom
No.
they use, right?
Yeah. Sorcerers use charisma.
There should be an argument to be made for like proper like preacher men style like clerics to
Yeah,
use
'cause that's-
charisma,
Mm.
but
That's a paladin, though.
yeah,
Oh
it's,
no,
it's also
is that-
warlocks. and
Isla,
everything
does that
else.
mean you're supposed to be charismatic?
Oh.
Mm.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wilson,
Yeah, it
she's the
does.
tallest out of all you because she does cast the most shade.
Ooh,
Nice.
I know.
Nice.
I will refer you to
Well.
the picture I sent.
Yeah.
Isla will be like trying to like focus, so she's going to close one eye to try and focus on Bastiel.
Hello.
What? Are you any good at kissing? I look
Yeah.
very serious, taking it very seriously as a drunk person can.
Bastiel says yes. Like, let's just see where this goes.
Good. Okay. So I'm going to look around
Uh-huh.
and immediately like fall over to one side because I'm drunk. Okay. Do I see Rasira before I say anything?
No, you don't.
Okay. So, in order to fix my problem, I might have to kiss Rasira. So, any advice would be greatly appreciated.
Boy, what is this? Like some okay. Right.
I'm going to say it's magic, and I'm going to wiggle my fingers as if that explains things.
This magic is new to me. Who taught you this spell?
I'm going to look around again, and then point at the color of my skin.
Blue.
and at the same
Oh,
time,
of course.
Arya's pointing at the sky.
Yeah.
So we're all pointing at different things.
How is the rule?
We're not saying names anymore. No more names. Names are bad.
Strange magics indeed. Right, so she wants you to kiss Razira, huh? Well,
That's
okay.
the delivery method?
Or maybe she just really wanted to kiss you. I don't know. I'm not really an expert on.
You see, like Isla's mind, like, completely shut down.
There's a spark
Okay, well-
between bits of her hair. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, just like, oh, blue screen.
Look, it's simple. You just act like you didn't see him there, and then you walk right into him.
Uh-huh.
Lips first.
Okay.
You fall
He's
into
taller than me. Maybe you could pick me up.
Make him sit down.
Oh, that could work.
Right, yeah.
Maybe we offer him the wine. No,
no,
because then we don't get the wine. No, I don't like that.
Well, you lay down, and then you say, "Can you help me up?" And then you lick
Maybe
into
I
it
could
with
pretend to
too
have a
much
heart
force.
attack.
Fall over. Oh no.
Boom. Suddenly you're rolling around in the dirt. Long story
No.
short,
Oh,
tieflings appear.
Maybe he really wants to kiss you. We don't know.
I don't.
Arya's
Oh,
gonna
I'm
look
gonna
at
pull my
everybody
hats
and just
down
say,
over my
"Too much
eyes.
talk of
You
kissing."
both like books.
I don't feel that's as integral as I thought it was.
I mean, by now, Arya's cheek is probably a bit irritated from all the Bruya pecking, but hey.
Oh.
Drilling a hole into a skull. Okay. Well, we have a plan where.
Wait, what's the plan? I missed that. I fall over. Yes?
You fall over, and then
Okay.
you ask him to help you up. Now, when you take his hand,
Uh-huh.
But what if he uses magic?
He quite likes magic.
I think
Take
he
another drink of
probably
wine.
waste magic on that.
Oh, that's true, because he doesn't eat magic food. So that would be, maybe.
tell him it's rude. In Tiefling,
Oh,
Tieflings find it rude to use magic without consent. Yeah.
I'm trying to think if we've used magic in front of him.
Oh, going on here? Magic.
Hmm.
Anyway, what kind of spell is this? I want to examine her lips. I want to see if it's, I don't know, medicine check or
I'm
like.
quite sure we looked at
I-
his thoughts a while ago.
I know it's a spell, so can I do Arcana on the lips?
I think you can just do Arcana on the bullshit that has been discussed so far, because really it's more of an academic, exercise at this point, really, isn't it? Just using your knowledge of Arcana versus what might be going on.
I want to see what's actually on her lips. That would be.
So
I
perception.
think wine.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's just a perception check then.
Lies are on your lips.
Perception.
Yeah.
No, that's the problem. Truth was on my lips.
Fuck. Oh, natural one. Great.
Right. So you lean in.
Nothing
You lean in
now.
and you smell whatever I described that wine to taste like.
I just remember the word purple.
Yes, I only remember the word purple also.
Tastes like purple.
Mhm.
I
So-
was about to. Yeah.
So you smell purple. Also, Tom in chat has offered inspiration for anybody who needs.
Oh, I wonder
Right,
who might have could have used inspiration just there. Hint, hint.
Oh shit.
Let's see.
Oh,
Nah, too late now.
yeah.
It's too late now.
I could cast ensnaring strike on him. And,
Okay.
just wrap him up in vines and then. No, but that seems a bit. No, that's
Then how
a
do
bit,
we?
That's a bit. No, that's a bit too much. I think.
He is an
That's-
archmage.
I
Yeah.
don't like.
And then I
He's-
feel like
he's
we've
alright.
alerted him to something happening.
Yeah, and then I don't. Yeah.
I feel like I may be just best to just go for it. Is that what you do? I'm still.
Just catch
I'm
him
trying
by
to remember how-
surprise.
Yeah.
Bastille
Hmm.
straight up like, I don't know. And then he realizes, wait, he told you he knows what he's doing.
Yeah. I'm looking to you for guidance. Tell me.
Cast,
wise one.
casts guidance and
Oh,
walks
we
away.
said we'd meet him back here, right? So
Mhm.
he'll just come back here at some point, and then you can just
Yeah.
be like, "Oh hi, welcome back, kiss kiss, done," and then just
Okay.
say
I-
just say it's
It's a tiefling greeting.
It's a tiefling thing. It's fine.
Yeah.
Just one question though. How tall is he compared to Isla? Because I don't think she can just like schmooch him.
Is he an elf, right?
No.
Or was he? I can't remember.
No, he's just
I
a
think he's
person.
taller than you.
Huge.
Oh,
A bit
but
taller than you anyway.
Everyone's taller than me.
I think I said he was about
Have an idea.
5'11" or something
Have
like
an
that, or
idea.
5'10",
Have an
I think I
idea.
said it
Have
was,
an
so yeah.
idea.
That's
Uh-huh.
fine.
You're a storm sorceress.
Oh, I
It's a
could cast a
level
spell
one
and I could
spell,
fly.
and then it makes you fly a
Hover.
little bit.
Yeah, just hover. It's fine.
Do I have to fly up
You
10
can reach
feet
it.
with that? Or can I just fly up, like...
Or just, do you think you
My
can,
question is,
can
what's
you
your
go on
spell
your
you're gonna cast?
tiptoes? Is your tiptoes
It
enough?
only has to be level 1.
I know, but
I
that's
could
what I was-
cast shield.
Yeah. So that's only so you actually can't cast shield unless something swings at you. So you need one of them to
Oh.
swing at you.
Okay.
No, it gets worse.
Yes.
Yeah.
One of them will swing at you, right? Maybe they'll slap you in the behind, right? You'll cast
Yeah.
shield before the spell goes off, because this is where we're going. You'll just lift yourself a little with some wind magic. That's ridiculous.
But
Um,
only... I'm what,
I mean, we are
5'1"?
drunk.
So 10... 10 inches is as tall as I need to be.
Oh dear God!
I
Sorry.
could also do disguise self. And I could just
I'm sure you
look
could
like
find
me
a
but not drunk.
Can't make yourself taller by disguising. I mean, I
No,
suppose you could
but then
be
I
wearing
could still
10-inch
fly.
heels.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
True.
okay.
Oh, I could
okay.
just go and buy platform heels.
I was gonna say, or just make sure he comes at you on a slope in the park.
Mhm.
Or that.
I can
Drag
shape.
him where there's a
I
stair.
could shape water. I could make you like a little ice block to stand on.
Like yellow pages from the advert.
Yes.
Make you a little
Oh.
ice block.
Oh
It's
my
fine.
god, this is silly and I love it.
It is so good.
Oh.
So, aren't you glad, Crumbar, that these aren't your lawyers?
I'm literally thinking that. I'm like, you know what, guys? I'm good. I think I'll just seek myself.
Hmm.
True.
Oh.
Yeah.
We're just trying to live up to your chaotic potential.
Why don't you just ask him?
I think you've exceeded my chaotic potential. I'm impressed. I
What was
tip
that,
my
Shan?
hat
Sorry?
to you.
Okay. So the
Shan.
plan is
2 seconds, Shan. What were you saying? Why don't you just? I think is what I heard from your lips there and
Why
then.
don't you just ask him? Ask him to do it.
Kiss me, you fool. It's fine.
Ah,
I follow it with shala la 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 la. Don't be shy. Yeah, there you go.
yeah.
Sorted.
And we'll be like, kiss the girl.
Mortals love.
I feel like he'll question that.
Yeah.
We're gonna
But to be
double.
fair, it's no worse
I
than
think
the rest of our plans.
He'd question
So-
everything.
Yes.
Mm.
So maybe we ask first, and then if that doesn't work, we make a new plan.
Yeah, we get him. Yeah.
Just becomes knives out. Yeah. Okay. So. Yeah.
Okay.
What happens? Because let's say like a couple of hours of you having this hypothetical conversation like start to pass.
You not come back yet?
No.
Oh no.
Oh, this is for the better. I mean, I
No.
assume
I think it is. I'm now at that weepy drunk stage.
obvious complications bringing him around. We support the dragons.
No, but
Could
I
you-
have to fix it.
Could you maybe send him a message?
Is he
Bastian?
within 120 feet? I look around.
And I cast message.
Do you mean sending?
Yes.
Yeah. Is there a spell called message? Why does that have that?
Yeah,
Message
I
is a
have it's a
cantrip.
cantrip.
Oh yeah. That.
120 feet.
It's a really useful cantrip though.
It is. It is. It's a great cantrip.
Like,
I can send messages through forests. So
That's
there.
cool.
that is really cool. To be fair, that is really cool.
That's awesome.
What's that called? Out of interest.
I can marry people.
My
Yeah.
one. It's from my bow,
Nice. Nice.
so it's
Ooh.
custom.
Yeah. I was like, I remember that, but from what I don't remember, now I remember it's the bow. Yeah, cool. It's so cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
And yeah, Scott isn't wrong.
Dryad's breath.
Crumbar can actually marry people. So
Yeah.
he
Ceremony.
won't. Yep.
Oh
We
no.
got to do
Okay, can we come up with a plot? What me and Rosira have to get married,
He
Yeah,
doesn't.
pro-
but we can't tell anyone.
He
He
doesn't
only
have
has
divorce
access
as a spell.
to to
Oh, that's not good
the
then.
High Rocks Library
Wedding-
if you get married.
No,
Yeah.
wait. You touched two humanoids. Oh, willing to be bonded in marriage.
Oh.
Be willing to.
Fucking hell,
Say he
guys.
gets
But it
access to a
doesn't
super
say-
secret library
It
if he
doesn't
kills
say they
you.
should be sober.
Vegas wedding.
Yay! Vegas wedding.
I don't know where this is going anymore.
Just blackmail him. Not blackmail. Entice him.
Yeah.
Oh.
Does anybody have any oversized fans we could loan, Isla?
The peacocking begins.
I called this one the Ahura Allure.
Let's
Okay.
start flirting with him. I'm sure no one's ever flirted with him.
It's true. Easy win.
Win? Who wins in this scenario?
Yeah, it's true. We all lose.
Everybody loses.
Right, okay. So either way, there's an inspiration floating around for somebody for this session, so that's still something. Right? Thanks to Tom. Right. So I guess another hour passes where maybe sobriety's slowly creeping in.
Hell, not sending
Yeah, I
to
did
you.
Oh yeah, sorry, I
Ruzio.
forgot we talked a lot of shit. for
Yeah,
the
yeah, we
Sunday
got
depths.
distracted.
Okay, what are you sending? And we'll just have that be the hour before people start to sober up.
I'll say we are done in this city. Razira, come back. Crumbar needs us.
Okay, yeah. And then you send it away.
Mm.
Excuse me. Right, yeah. I think there isn't a reply to it, but it doesn't feel like the message didn't work, right?
Okay.
It's just there is no reply. And I think, yeah, I think maybe that hour still passes regardless.
Alright.
Okay. The hour is more just because I think the sobering up part and just being left in the park for like an hour, where like the excitement of the plan being formed fizzling out a bit is a bit more the tone I quite like here. And then there is essentially a big. I'm gonna rip Marvel off a bit here because I've done it in the past before, and I'm gonna do it again. But big rainbow beam hits the ground, and out from it walks Prisma,
Prisma. Okay.
head of the
Hmm.
Prismatic Order.
Dramatic order.
Oh no.
She walks out, looks around, and then just clocks all of you under a tree. And then just does that thing where she lifts her chin up. Her like whitish blonde hair shines in the last of the afternoon light. The rainbowy colours all through the back of her hair. And she just marches with her like half armour, half robes on the go. Because it's mostly robed kind of tunicky thing that she wears with big armoured arms. She marches over. She goes, "You all seem quite relaxed."
We are waiting on your archmage. Bored.
Her eyes like move before her head does, right? As she looks at you, and she like moves her head so she's like staring at you. And she goes, "Yes, I am here on his behalf." You can tell from the tone, he is less than pleased about that. You are to meet him in Horizon, and your business is concluded with Crumbar. She nods. I assume you will inform him of any changes to this plan and do not wish me to relay any messages for you. And she just looks at all of you.
I was like heartily laughing like that. Nice. Oh, let's see here. What can we say? Let's prank call them. We can deliver anything through this Prisma.
Bastiel's too much on the wind-up kind of programming now. That's what you've activated.
I
Leaf.
just want to make her do something.
Yeah.
Too powerful.
If
She'll
he
never
doesn't,
do anything we want again.
if he doesn't come back with us, he won't get to see the super special library we were going to take him to. He really wanted to go to it. I'm surprised.
Prisma looks at you and goes, "And that's your message? That he'll miss out on his
no.
super special library."
Well, if you knew him, you knew that he really likes libraries.
She stares at you with like her
So-
lips tight, and she says, "It is correct that I know him."
Serene is just visibly drunk at this
Mm,
point. and
mhm.
just-
You can tell this woman's visibly dealing with drunk people.
Mhm.
And Bastia. She goes, "If there is nothing then to relay," and I'll pause her there so Shan can have a bit more
Oh.
time if he really wants to try
Yeah,
and make her
yeah.
deliver a
No,
message.
that's fine.
Sure.
So I don't want to piss her off.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I'll say.
she's just pissed off that she'd been made to do this, right? This is
Yeah,
her.
made to be
She
a
came
message.
pre-pissed off.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
Oh,
'cause he's not
no.
sent someone else. He just decided, no, Prisma has to go.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
he's
he could
literally
have just
delegated
replied
that.
to the message.
Aha, exactly. He could have replied to the sending, and then he sent her, who's the head of an order that was independent from Justora. She just founded it to be independent from her. And he's obviously very hands-on. So it seems.
Okay, what can we say to get him to come back quickly? Do we need him with Crumbar?
My pal wants to
What can
winch
he
you.
help us with? Yeah, so that I can deal with my conscience by doing something questionable. But
I'm just gonna go cry in the corner, guys. Ryan, do you just want to make me up a new character sheet then, or?
no, we've
No.
got you. We've got you.
It's
Fine,
fine.
you're fine.
We
We
were
talked about
saying-
we won't be
You're
drunk
fine.
when we help you.
No.
Callie's been drinking the purple already, I see. Oh dear.
I do
So-
have
yeah.
a glass of gin here, but
Not
it's fine.
bad, not
Don't worry about
bad.
it. It's fine.
Could we say I like the super secret library thing? Could we say no, but we're going to go to Oridax first?
Yeah,
So
we were
he
going to
needs
go
to
to
come.
Oridax.
Yeah,
and
that's where we
he
were
really
going.
wanted to go to Oridax to find out what was
Mm.
going on with.
And we need
with
maybe
the
if we
the
flatter him.
artifact.
Yeah, go
We
to
really
Orda.
need his help. He's so integral
Yeah.
to our goals, and if we don't have him, we don't know how we'll figure things out because he's just so smart.
You just see
Do we
her
wanna
roll
s-
her eyes. Like, she rolls her eyes like, Jesus Christ. She doesn't say that though, because that would be weird.
I'm
And
really
then-
Yeah,
subtle.
who's he?
Yeah, and then she like goes into like her satchel that she's got like at her side. She pulls out like a fairly small piece of parchment from the furrows, and she goes, "I believe your trip to this Oridak was meant to happen once you had secured Crumbar's release from the dwarves." She just looks at that piece of paper and holds it just out to the side like she doesn't even care, and she just stares at you going, "I see you've been busy since we last spoke."
Hmm.
Well,
Life happened.
you could say that.
And she goes,
Couldn't have happened without the eye. See why we couldn't have left it with you?
she just stares at you for like a long second. She says, "It seems like my life would be better had I that item." I wouldn't have to be here. She smiles politely. And then she says, "You cannot trick him into coming here." She just sighs, like, why am I having to explain this to adults? And then she says, "Crombar is apparently integral," and she lifts up the note. "Crombar is integral to the journey." She just stares at you guys like, listen to what I'm reading, like as if she doesn't even believe it. So I believe that Rysira, Archmage Rysira Abradicus, will be in Horizon until Crumbar's release. She like grits her teeth and just like shakes her hair a little bit. So it all bounces around, but then perfectly sits as if styled by the gods themselves. And then she says, "Any wine left?"
There's, the dregs.
Little bit.
Yeah, there's probably
Yeah.
a little bit on the very end. very bold.
It's really,
It
it's
is
really
very
good.
good.
Yeah, and I think she'll lean down, she'll pick the bottle up, she'll have a sniff at it, and then she'll like swig the essentially what is left of the bottle, which probably is one swig's worth of it, one mouthful, and then she'll like kind of like you can see like she's rolling it around in her mouth, like she's properly trying to get like the taste of it, and then does that thing where she like kind of with her teeth kind of like gritted, and then goes, yeah, it'll take a bit more than that to shake this mood. She sits the bottle back down in front of you and then flips you a gold coin. She goes, good luck with Grumper, and then vanishes in the rainbow.
Alright.
It's just gonna like curl up into a ball with like horns and a sun hat coming out the top.
3 gold coin.
Isn't this
I'll
enough? We
add it to
have
mine.
our hair. It's enough, isn't it?
Oh, but I can't fix it if he's not here.
Fix what? What do you think this is going to do?
So, what's the group's plan?
Back to Crombar immediately.
Yeah, we were just gonna stop here for lunch.
But you still haven't done that, I love that.
Wait,
I
what? You didn't eat?
suppose
Well, Sarah's not here anymore, and he's the only one who didn't want magic food.
You still
it,
not
it
had
took us to like just a there was no real food there, so we just had wine.
Serene, what do you think? Is it better than ale?
Oh, I think they're both good, but I actually prefer from back home this like we had these apple trees and we used to make I suppose it was fermented apples out of that. That was really nice. That's my favorite.
Okay. So maybe if I get drunk on that, then I don't like. Just okay. Crumbar. The quicker we fix that, the quicker I can fix my thing, and then we're all good, and we can just save the world. It'll be totally fine. I'm gonna go back into my bowl.
Maybe he hasn't told Magna. Maybe he's
Well, at this point, it doesn't really matter because he's told who he's told.
I suppose that's the only downside to think of, right? Is the longer you leave Rosira with that knowledge, without taking the memory from, the more likely that will go to more people.
Yeah.
oh, Sarah's a gossip.
What exactly was the knowledge again?
That Cyril is the blue?
Cyril is the blue. Yeah. You forgot that. That's been my anxiety dream all week. We go to Horizon?
Okay. Right.
Let's go sort out Crumbar, and then maybe we can. I suppose we can always just jump to Horizon and then go to Oridax straight from that. But I'm just worried if we go to Horizon, we won't go to Oridax. We really needed to.
We could, yeah. We just need to get Crumbar first.
Okay, this is the other point then. Do we just call Zadraka back? Just use the trump card.
Let's try and get Crumbar out ourselves.
Bastiel's just hearing Zadraka's name mentioned for the first time.
Oh,
like, yeah.
he saw Zadraka.
How do you know who that is?
Zadraka bought us the wine
twice.
She bought us the wine.
Right. Let's see. Fun.
Nice wine. Very nice wine.
The most sober person at the party, Bastiel, and he has to deal with these three. It's like, if we just phone Zadraka, she'll fix everything. It's like, why? Yep.
Why would
New plan. New plan. What we do is, we tell Rosira an endless torrent of bullshit facts. And then we lose credibility, and he simply won't believe that Cyril is the blue. Because everything we say is bollocks.
Oh,
Right.
up
No,
is
we still
down.
need him to help us at some point. Somehow.
We need to let go. It's best he
think.
stay far away from us. We are allied with the dragons at the end of the day. And
Yes, but we don't want him telling people about. Just gonna like
Yeah.
he won't tell
face
them
plant
because
into my.
He already knows too much.
You know it. I think we need to fix it, and the quicker the better.
I think there's a rumble of
Yes.
thunder above you when that you say that as well. Yeah,
Mm,
just for atmosphere. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I
So
don't.
either
I don't,
we-
I don't.
That's what you choose to call it.
I suppose you could drop me in Horizon
yes.
and come back.
I don't. I think like you'd be really helpful with Crumbar though.
Tell you what, you got your best shot at getting a kiss alone. You know? I think it will just hinder your plan.
Oh, I already have a plan.
Oh, you're in trouble.
Well,
Yeah.
He did say that we would meet up with him after we sorted Crumbar. If we can sort everything with Crumbar like as fast as we can, and then
But that's
And
at
then-
least
I
like
don't-
2 days.
I
And that
don't-
feels like a really long time right now. Like
Let's
I've
do-
only known you for 2 days.
Serene
So,
started
Amy-
rubbing her eyes.
Yeah.
So, like, Aya, will you do this? Will you drop Serene and I off at the forge and take Isla on a quest?
Oh.
Yes,
A quest of the heart.
I can.
Or we could say we need to find something in Horizon to help Crumbar. So that there's a reason we're there. And
Yes.
Yeah?
Is that the plan?
Oh god.
I like it.
This
I mean,
so
it is a plan. It is still a
sinful
plan.
trap. Yeah.
Plus, having Bastiel not with Arya is a good idea because Bastiel can send to Arya, who has the eye.
Ah.
So that does
Okay,
make sense.
that's true.
Right? There is like sense in that. Yeah. That's close enough. So, is that the plan?
Yeah.
Okay, Arya, do you
I mean,
wanna-
Okay.
Aya has the option to come back alone as well. If she wants to be in court for any reason.
Well,
But then
will
I
want to
don't-
be in Forge.
I also
pick
want to
her
be in
up.
Forge, but I
Yeah.
want to go and deal
This-
with my
I need to
problem.
sleep and then talk to the mountain.
Mhm.
Mm.
And let's face it, Crumbar, Sleeping, and Mountain and Court are going to take longer than ideally getting an audience with Rhaenyra and giving him a kiss, depending on how well everything goes.
Yeah.
Like on
Right.
paper, one's faster, right?
Oh,
Mhm.
God, this is
Which
this is
paper?
terrifying.
Yeah, no, right.
I know. You're feeling that. Okay, what reason would we have? Okay, why do we need him? Why do we need him? We need to look at his notes. We need his notes. Why do we need his notes?
Say
Because
that
you wrote
you made a
down.
mistake. You think you're sure you've made a mistake, and you need to dig through it all.
Okay,
Write it down.
Or we tell him we found out something interesting and he'll just pull out the notes immediately, right?
okay.
So,
Or maybe I think maybe Sean's right because then he'll pull all the notes instead of just a new sheet of parchment.
Yeah.
I don't know.
so is the plan Arya and Isla go to Horizon, and then Bastiel and Serena are already sent to Forge? Was that the plan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Serene,
If
that
that's-
the layer, or are you heading with the Charlie's Angels gang?
That's a good. That's a
Come
good
with the
point.
drunk girls.
I
do
feel
that.
like there need to be a bit more support in with Crumbar. I don't know how much support I would be, but I would moral support.
And Don Jabal is in Forge, so
you
there's
will be
that.
there, yes. That is.
And
The
I
white
mean,
definitely favours you.
yeah, the white likes you, and also some dwarves think you're pretty cool, right?
Mm,
Oh yeah, because I'm different. I haven't seen
You're
a
tall.
you're furballed.
You're like the
I've seen
equivalent
a
of a
verbal
fey
before.
creature to them, really. You know, that's
Yeah,
like that
I am.
layer of
I am.
yeah.
Technically a bit fey, aren't I? I think.
Yeah,
So
Yep.
you are.
there's that.
Very giant.
Even if it is Rage Against the Fae by design.
Mhm.
Uh,
Yeah.
okay, so Arya, do you want to send Bastille and Serene back to the forge? Where in the forge are you sending them? Heart of the mountain. Damn it!
Yeah.
No, I want to talk to Heart of the Mountain. You don't get to talk to my friend before I do.
So pick somewhere to drop them off in the forge. The more familiar,
I
the
don't
better.
know. Or like Don Drabella's library, maybe?
They might be locked in there if you do that. It's the only downside.
Just outside it.
Yeah, cool. That's fine. Perfect. Okay. And what about yourself and Isla? Where are you planning on stepping in? It's probably best if you step in that harbour area that's outside of Horizon,
Yeah.
because in
There's
Horizon's
there's
kind of bad.
Yeah, Horizon's a bit
Yeah.
wonky, timey
Yeah.
wimey.
Yeah. So maybe even just at the Maiden Voyage as well. That was a
Yes.
Yeah.
that was a Charisma's
The
pub.
tavern.
Yep. So you can head there if you want as well. Okay. So you do that, right? Let's go to Crombar.
It's not.
I mean, what do you expect to happen, pal?
So Crombar.
Yes.
The old man shuffles his way in his fashion that he does with a new tray of food. And he looks around like as if he's noticing something seems to be a bit different. And he kind of shakes his head a bit, and then he shuffles forward and just like does his exact routine of moving in, putting your food down. Goes, well, big day tomorrow.
Man, just been like, aye. Any advice?
He looks at you. He goes, aye, don't be guilty.
Well, I don't think I am. I'm like, well, I know I'm not. Here's hoping that your judges see the same.
He looks at you. He goes, they'll see the truth. That's their job. He kind of gives you a funny look, and he goes to leave and he stops and turns back and goes, she took the gaming board, so we won't be playing. He says that quite bitterly, and then he closes the door behind him.
I'll just be like, that way. I'll just be like, eating food, and I'll like put another mark on the wall, and I am going.
Because you've been there for so long that you made marks on the wall.
Locked in the back.
Yeah, every time I got a meal, I put a mark on the wall just so I could have some way of tracking time.
Interesting.
You've not been there for long.
Been there long enough. This is like my fifth meal, right?
I think this is maybe the fourth.
Fourth?
Yeah. Fourth meal, yeah. And yeah, some time passes. You filling the time with anything in the cell, or
I'm trying to think what to fill in the time with.
pondering over Don Drabella's advice, etc.
Yeah.
Or
Probably just-
Bastia's suggestion: try a spell, try and marry yourself to yourself, and say that you couldn't possibly testify against yourself.
Yeah.
Would that work?
Just
I'm actually
guiding
protected by law of incriminating myself and testify.
Well, I can't do any magic because I don't have my pendant because they took that. So
Oh, you need a focus, do you?
yeah,
that only matters for material components, though. Remember?
Yeah,
anything that's just a V or an S or a VS is fine, but anything with an M is
VSM for ceremony. I'd need a pendant.
Yeah.
Uh,
or the stuff it says in the brackets.
Yeah, that as well. Oh crap! Didn't mean to do that.
Just guiding bolt ricochets everywhere. Yep.
Yeah. What I meant to do was that because I think that's also V. Oh no, that's just V and S. Oh.
Yeah, so you can still guiding
so I
bolt.
could-
Remember I told you how broken
uh,
that particular oath is, by the way? It's
Yeah,
so broken. Guiding bolt.
Yeah,
for
I'm
days.
not gonna guiding, but nah, I'm not gonna cast spells. That'd just be silly.
The
I'd
orc-
probably just say like, like out loud, or just be like, well, Ermos, if you can still hear me, if things go sour, feel free to jump in and help me. And just giggling a wee bit, like kind of like, maybe I should have went with him. This might turn out bad.
If things go sour, feel
Uh-oh.
free
Uh-oh.
to come and help out, is what you said.
Feel free to come and take me away.
No, that's what I wrote down. Eramos, if things go sour, feel free to come and help out.
Someone.
Amazing.
Gonna kill people.
It's fine. Right, so some time passes, right? Some time passes in the cell, and then maybe you're like lying on the bed staring at the ceiling or something, or trying to occupy your mind by meditating, or whatever it is you happen to be doing at the time. You hear like somebody clearing their throat. That kind of startles you a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Like you definitely didn't even hear them come in, but you look at the gates, as it were, the bars. I just say gates because it's fancy, design. And King Petrovangius is standing there, looking a bit impatient. Like the door is like sitting open and everything, as if like he has clearly walked in and just waited, and then cleared his throat.
I'll stand up and give like a kind of like head bow, and just be like, what would I refer to him as? Yeah, I'll just be like, Petrovangius. Wasn't expecting to see you. How are you feeling?
Yeah. As I said, he still got that weird impatient look on his face, and then like maybe 5 seconds pass before he answers, and he says,
Could I do insight to see why he'd be impatient?
no, because then I suppose insight would tell you that he is impatient, right?
Right, okay, right, yeah.
So he says, I'm doing fine, thank you. I assume you're being fed.
Very well, thank you.
Appreciate if you didn't scuff the place up, and he points to the wall.
He's like, I'll just be like, need some way to track how long I've been here.
I'm sure we can get you some paper. Or I suppose you'd say parchment, but that doesn't matter. Yeah, vellum. Yeah. So, and then I think you see him looking around, and then like he opens like a piece of the stone that's clearly a drawer that you didn't know before. And he pulls out
like what? That was there this whole time. And there's like Nintendos and shit in
Yeah.
cans of Coke, yeah. Old school labels though from like the 70s, 80s. And he lifts out just a piece of parchment and like a quill. And he looks at the quill and just puts it down and like fishes around inside and finds like some kind of like marking stone. It's something you would use to grind up to make ink. Is what he's given you. So he's mostly giving you a crayon essentially. A very fancy, expensive, inky crayon, but it's the best way to translate it. And he just passes it through the bars to you.
Like, oh, thank you very much.
Less of the walls.
I'll clean it up if I
No.
give me a rag.
We'll fix it. Shakes his head a bit, and then he says, "Well, your defense has been appointed." And he doesn't seem happy with that.
And I'll just be like, what does and that means?
Someone's appointed to speak on your behalf for you. We tend to find that those who have been charged with guilt are often the least honest to make their case.
Well, I have no say in what happens.
Normally you would, but this has come from the authority,
Who's speaking on my behalf?
He adjusts his collar.
Yeah.
He's that like awkward about it, right? And he says, I believe they said his name was Vishal. And we go to break.
Oh, fucking hell. Why would they do that? That's so weird.
Ryan, what did I do to wrong you in a previous life?
So,
Gosh.
so guys, I'm going to put us on break. We'll discuss things in a moment. So everybody who's watching, thank you for joining us so far,
What is
and we will follow up in about 10 minutes. BRBs. Okay. So welcome back to the Keepers of the Golden Gate session 89. That's the one, isn't it? 89. It's the 7th of May, 2021. It's part 2 of that session. I'm Ryan the GM, Scott's best friend, and here are the players.
Hiya, I'm Adrian, and I am still playing Arya Bluebird, the half-elf druid.
No, I'm Sean, and I play Bastiel, the Wolf-Forged cleric.
Hi, I'm Scott. I'm playing Crumbar, a half-orc paladin.
Hi, I'm Hannah, and I'm playing Isla, the Tiefling Sorcerer.
Hi, I'm Callie, and I'm playing Sreen, the Furbolg Ranger, while eating Snacker Jacks.
Other such food products do also exist.
Yeah.
Just apply.
Yeah, terms and conditions apply if you like something similar. Yep. So, speaking of what was happening, let's stick with Crumbar.
Yes. So, Atravan is still all up in my stuff.
He's still there unless you wanted to have had time to think about it and let him leave. It's up to you.
No. I'll just be like, I take it I have no say in who can speak for me then.
Remember you asked him that though, and he said normally you would, but the authority has decided. Right, yeah. So you have asked him that.
Yeah. And I was like, I don't know if Vishal is the best person to speak for me though. However, because he has killed me, literally killed me.
I think Petrovan just like absentmindedly rubs his chest a bit, with his hand, and then like catches himself doing it and moves his hand back to the side and goes, "Well, it's been decided, so I'd make your peace with it. I wouldn't imagine antagonizing your defense would be well." And it does like a, he ruffles his lip a bit, in the sense of, good luck,
Speaking of my defense, and well, I guess this place is defense. Eremos came and visited me here.
Yeah, he definitely adjusts his posture when you say that. The spear wielder.
The what?
The spear wielder is what he says. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and be like the very same. He offered to take me away. But I refused, as I need to be here to make, to prove my worth and show my innocence in this, as well as.
He says that, or you like the food.
I just kind of grin and laugh at it a wee bit.
Yeah, and you can see he softens his face a tiny bit, but then goes a bit more tight-lipped again. You can tell he's not there to be your enemy, right? You can definitely tell that.
Yeah, aye. But I would just say it's I hope that you can maybe mention this, that in the aid of my defense.
I'm sure you and your legal team will have a chance to discuss what will be mentioned. There'll be no need for my interference.
I'll just nod my head and just but it might be worth looking into how he can still enter Forge freely.
He takes a big breath and he goes, "I appreciate you telling me that, and obviously for the not fleeing. That looks good, but to be fair, where's the evidence he was here?"
Can I look around for any ink stains or anything like that? Is there any?
Yeah, you can totally look around. Yeah. Do you want to roll perception or investigate if you take your time? It's probably perception if you're doing it quickly.
What one did you perception or investigate?
And then perception's probably quicker because investigate is probably going to be pissing off the king if you take that long.
Yeah. I should just do perception.
Yeah.
So kablamo.
Yeah, that's okay. Just because it's not a crit doesn't mean it's not necessarily a pass on how difficult the tests are.
If it's not 18, I consider it shit.
Okay.
Yeah, true.
It's funny because 18 is not even a qualifier for difficulties, believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah. 10s, 15s, and 20s, and 25s, and 30s. There you go. That's the D&D. And then,
Okay, if it's not 15, it's shit.
so you look around and there's like no trace. Like, as I said, even though the bars are bent back perfectly.
They're like, well, I hope you'll take my word as a friend.
He looks at you and just like he nods very, very briefly, and says, "I've already given my statements on your behalf. It will be factored in. I won't be speaking at the trial."
Again, I'll just nod my head and be like, appreciated. Is there anything I can do for you in return?
I think when you say appreciated, right, he laughs. He goes, "You don't know what I said." And then, like, as you're mulling that over, he chuckles.
Mm.
As if, also joking, What you were saying, "Oh, appreciated," he goes, "You don't know what I said." Could have been against you, You guys definitely trying to lighten the mood a bit, right?
Yeah, I just kind of laugh as well. I was just like, are you staying long?
Unfortunately not. I just figured I'd come see you at least. I appreciate what you and your companions have done for me. If this spear wielder has access to the forge at will, then there's not exactly much I can do except waste time worrying. So, I guess we'll see. If it appears again, ideally let someone know.
I'll be like, can you just make sure that armor's tougher than before?
Yeah. He laughs. He goes, "Yes. Indeed." As if like he laughs, but you can tell like with his follow-up comments that isn't really a fun memory of his. Yeah, and then he says, "Just let the Eldian know when you want to see your defense." He just
Right away,
nods.
preferably.
Well, I'll see what can be done. He just nods, and then he walks away. Anything else you want to say to him before he leaves, or are you happy for him to go?
Yeah, happy. Nothing really else to say.
Yeah.
Give him the kiss of death.
Nah, that's some rarity.
I cast meta on you. So yeah, speaking of Kiss of Death, let's go there. Let's scene change all the way over to you guys stepping out into the sea air of Horizon's Harbour. And this is Arya and Isla. You probably just get like some people barge past you as soon as you step out of the portal, just being like, "Watch where you're going, bloody wizards."
Oh, that's probably not relevant. Okay. I didn't really have a plan beyond this. Oh, put it together. Okay.
I was just looking at you, obviously expectant, because this is your
Okay.
sort
I'm
of
gonna like
problem.
crack
I've
my
just arrived.
knuckles and be like. So he said he wouldn't come back till we got Crumbar. So maybe we say we wanted to check his notes about Crumbar. Did he
To help
meet
him with his
us?
defense.
Yes. I think that could maybe be our. He was like one of the last people to see Crumbar and us together.
Yes.
So maybe that's our in.
That might help.
Oh. And then I just try, I guess. Oh. Okay, let's get in the room first. Then we'll plan on the fly. It'll be fine. I'm gonna look at you like reassure me. Please reassure me. Tell me it's all gonna be okay. Please.
Fly? I mean, flies are not very good for planning, but we can But I can definitely see what we can do, but it's best that the plan comes from you, not from a fly.
That's a good point.
Ruya just nods. Sagely.
They're not.
think
I have
Ruya's-
polymorphed into a
Ruya
fly before,
started
and,
looking
and they're
around
not very
when we kept
intelligent.
saying fly, because
Mhm.
fly, they're edible.
So,
Yes, I nearly got eaten. Okay. Head to the big building again?
Yes, he's likely to be in the biggest, most fancy, schmancy building.
yeah, it's probably in the palace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And I'm not gonna say it like out loud, but I'm gonna like mimic, where he did, where he's like, Magna, my boss, wink wink, I'll just do that, like, but without actually like saying anything. I'll just be like mouthing and making the facial.
I love the moral
obviously
support team member
exaggerating.
you've got here, Isla, and she's just
Yeah.
taking the piss out of like Rosira and Magna. I love it. It's so good. The residual effects of the purple wine, yes. Right, so you head up to the big gate to get into Horizon then, yeah?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
The big energy gate. You step through. I assume you just wanted to go to the Palace District. That makes the most sense, unless you are detouring and side questing this up. And then,
Nope.
No.
On track. Staying on track.
I know, when I was even like, why am I even
I think it's
asking
safe to
this?
say Ruya doesn't like it.
No,
And,
let's go visit that tiefling that's like got a cool horn.
And yeah, you just get to like the palace grounds, obviously the fancy gardens. There are a notable difference this time. You're stopped at the gates to the gardens because there are guards now. Which, if you remember from long ago, Arya, you was asked if there was any guards you could go speak to, and Horizon didn't have any.
Hmm.
Okay.
So now there are guards, and they have stopped you.
We're here to speak with the Archmage. He knows us. It's important.
And the woman that's got like her spear crossed over with the other guards says, "You'll have some official papers for that, I assume."
I'm afraid not right at this minute, but it's incredibly important. A man's life is on the line. In fact, the fate of the world is on the line, and we need to speak with him right now.
Says, "Fine, down you go." And she points like way down the outer wall. The MD that knows her way around Horizon will know it's the way to like the admin office that he was wearing before.
Cool.
They must hate us.
Yep.
With Serene's pal.
Yeah, I was going to try and find her name.
I know, right? I don't think I wrote
I
it
don't
down.
think I've written it down.
I want to say.
I'm friend you are.
Where is it?
Have it somewhere.
Yeah, right.
It starts with A.
Yeah.
Da-da-da-da.
As we all pour through our notes.
Yeah.
I will find it.
I will remember.
No,
you.
it doesn't begin with A. It's Tosha.
Tosha.
Yes.
Yeah. Tosha. It ends with an E. Yeah. That's why. Tosha, the dwarf lady, is what I wrote from session 80. There we go.
Tasha the dwarf lady, hero of the realm.
Just impressed I wrote it down, to be honest. So, what do you do? Where do you go? What's the plan? Down to the admin office? The office of Justoria it once was, but it's obviously clearly now the office of the Archmage.
Wow.
Try that first. And then bullying our way in didn't really work last time. But maybe it'll work this time.
You need to bully harder.
Yeah, I think you said there. Does seem quite busy. Like, definitely, like, but that's not unusual for the city, right? Like, people having magical issues they wish to address in the city full of wizards. Yeah, it's not a rarity.
Makes sense.
Yeah, as you're waiting, there's a like almost like a kind of astral projection or illusion of a person that appears next to you and says, as a way of speeding up this process, can I take some information from you while you wait. They just materialize in front of you.
Both
Hey.
Arya and Ruya like jump a little bit,
Yeah.
but in like synchronized.
Mhm.
So it's you almost can't tell that they're two different entities.
I think at this point as well, the camera for the audience also now sees that some of the people in the queue are blinking out as if they were also these projections that we can now see because
Weren't
we've had
actually
the same. Yeah.
I'll say we're here to speak to the Archmage. Sure, if you just give our names, Rosira will want to see us. And Arya purposefully says this very casually.
Yeah, like the person that you're looking at is like a very like slick-haired, very very short blonde, very tight to the head, fairly androgynous looking human that you're looking at, and their eyes just look up when you say that, when you say Basira, and then like their head tilts and goes, "Can I take your names?"
Hello, Gale.
Yes. And I am Arya Bluebird, and this is Ruya. And then Ruya does a caw noise, kind of like, hi.
And then, yep, she scribbles all that down on her parchment and then says, "And the subject of the discussion to be had with Archmage Abradicus."
I'll
Crumbar's
look at
defense. You'll know what that
Can
means.
you spell Crumbar?
Yes. It's C
yes.
for catastrophe and R for some really long and
Rambunctious.
rambunctious and
U for the other
U
bit of
for-
rambunctious and M for the other bit of rambunctious and
yeah.
just keep going.
Yeah.
We're spelling it rumbunctious, by the way.
Amazing.
Crumbunctious.
It's a new verb.
Yep. So yeah, like you spell the name, she writes it down, and then goes, and anything else?
Well, we're on a bit of a time crunch, so
Yes, if you could mark it as urgent, I'm sure he'll appreciate it.
They blink slowly, and then they just like look down the queue in front of you, and then look back
Arya
at you.
just
and
looks
goes,
at her nails.
and goes,
yeah.
Like,
"Yes, urgent. Please wait." And then they obviously disperse in light because it was an illusion. Yeah. Yeah. So, can you both roll a d100 for me?
oh shit.
Oh no.
I think we're fucked.
Yep.
I mean, it's fine.
Oh, that could be really good or really bad. One of two ways.
Well, one of you have rolled good, one of you have rolled bad.
Nope, that's fine.
Oh,
That's
we're
fine.
halfway there.
Oh dear. Let's just, for the sake of a academic discussion, Ruya got a 53. How perfectly in the middle.
Nicely well spaced.
But yeah, so I think what happens is Arya, you look up and then you just see like some magical symbols float around Isla, and then she vanishes.
Oh no.
Bye!
Arya's gonna touch her chest just to make sure that she's still got the eye.
Oh yeah, like you've essentially, it's just she's been taken away and you've been left there. By this point in time, though, a bunch of
Arya
people
doesn't
have joined the
understand all
queue.
of these magics.
People have joined the queue behind you, though. So you've seen this hologram essentially appear a few times up the queue and ask similar questions. And everybody says, "Mark it urgent." Yeah.
Yeah.
Isla,
Oh.
the familiar smell of
If I
old
noticed
books.
that, I'll have said.
Yeah, no, you definitely would have noticed it. Yeah, Aria.
I'll said, doesn't. I said, it only works if he's expecting to.
Yeah, and I think the kind of like fussy looking man that you say that to just looks at you and goes, "Kindly please, eyes front in the queue." He like twirls his mustache a little bit.
Arya just yawns and like looks elsewhere.
Yeah, and can you roll perception?
I 1 second, because right now I can't, because I didn't pop up my character sheet. And I don't even know how much I've got on perception. Because I've been looking at notes and shit. Perception, not persuasion.
No,
That would
perception.
be-
Yep, yep.
Yep, I know. It's fine. It's the one I'm supposed
Hey.
to be good at.
Nice.
You hear him say, "Bloody druids."
Oh.
Smite him with the power of 1,000 fighters.
Turn him into a fly.
Dear. Imagine she just starts her wizard Barney outside the palace. Oh
Damn.
That
dear.
would be amazing.
Arya takes it as a compliment.
Yeah, right. Like you've managed to piss off like a stuffy old man in a Horizon. But yeah, so the wave of old book smell hits you, Isla, as like your eyes start to clear from the magical transportation, and then as I said, the room settles around you, and it's just like a fairly big, very larger than it probably should be study. There's a big map of the world on the floor.
Do I see anybody?
No, you seem to be alone.
You're not invisible, are you, Arya? No. Okay, just me. I will look for any identifying documents. I'm gonna go. It's a desk. I'm gonna go and be nosy.
Alright, we'll go roll investigate. We'll see how you do.
Yep.
Do you immediately just pour through all the stuff that's probably lying out?
Yeah. Yeah. Anything
Quite
that's
right.
out and about, I'm reading
Yep.
it.
I'd say use the inspiration.
Oh no, I'm saving that for.
She's saving that for
I
the
feel there's gonna be another roll.
sha-la-la-la-la.
It's gonna be important.
So, yeah, I think like as you're looking around, you're seeing it's clearly written in like an arcane language that seems to be quite intricate that you don't recognize. A lot of the stuff that's been left open, it looks like a lot of stuff is like left open is old, very very old. But you don't recognize the script.
Do I recognize any handwriting?
No, it all seems like it's stuff that's been, as I said, like written from like hundreds of years ago,
Okay.
if
Like
not older.
research.
Yeah, there seems to be
Rather
nothing of
than-
like his around. It just seems to be stuff that he has been like referencing maybe, and then there's the big double doors at the other side of the room like click open with a very loud audible like ka-chink, and then there's a very tightly like robed in purple, very like very tailored in, almost like in one kind of big long robe, student with like a little goatee on his chin. But he looks like 20, if that. But he is about 6 foot, very slender, and he walks in very quickly, and then says, "Oh, you have arrived. Why are you there?"
Yeah. Because this is where your magic put me. Or
Oh
the
no!
magic.
And he smiles and goes, "Oh no, not my magic. I'm not quite on that level yet, you see.
Well, good, because it didn't work.
Well, I will pass it on." And he looks terrified at that point. Like he does not want to pass that on. So she doesn't recognise him.
I don't know.
Ask.
No, I'm going to pretend to know what's going on. Yeah, that's my plan.
Hell yeah.
Act like you're supposed to be here. I'm not going to give it away by asking stupid questions about his name.
Yeah, right.
That's my plan. I'm going to bullshit till I get there.
Yeah. And he says, you were flagged as urgent. He tries
It
to like
is urgent.
correct the the
So a little
conversation.
quicker, please.
We were
Where
waiting on
exactly
you.
was I
We were waiting on you in the next room. You see.
Well, let's go then. And I would start walking.
So like, yeah, you cross over like the big marble map of the world. And then yeah, he just kind of like nods, I guess. Like a bit awkwardly. And then As you get closer, you can see the kind of like tips of his ears pointing out through his hair. Clearly elven. Yeah.
Ooh.
And he says, "You had a companion, but it seemed only you were brought in. Do you wish me to relay anything to your companion while you are discussing your business?"
Yes, let her know that I arrived safely, and that I'll see her back downstairs once I'm done.
He kind of like nods and he just like gestures some magic that you could probably recognize as the sending spell, and it's done.
Awesome.
And he just kind of goes, "Now follow me," and then he does like a quick double step and like walks faster than you.
I'm gonna try and do that thing where I walk,
Mhm.
but I'm tiny, so I feel like he's gonna outpace me really quickly.
Yeah, because he is quite a tall boy.
Yeah.
But you can definitely feel the youth coming off him,
Mm.
right? Because he does only look about 20. And then maybe like as like he starts marching down the corridor, like he kind of stops and realizes that you don't walk as fast as him.
As I catch up, I will kind of like quite graciously go, "Thank you."
He kind of like nods and does that very polite smile, and then says, "We don't often get." And he goes to start gesturing to you, and he looks a bit awkward, and he says,
I like cock one eyebrow.
It's, "Guests of the Archmage." Like he actually stops to say that to you.
Oh, I see. Well, we're relatively new acquaintances. Has he been here long? I know that he hasn't, so I want to see what he says.
And he clears his throat when you ask that, and he says, "It is unusual for someone to just be allowed such access." Seems like he's almost like you can maybe tell there's a bit of excitement. Almost like maybe you're a celebrity to him. That type of vibe.
Okay.
You maybe can tell that's maybe where the nerves are coming from, as well as the he's been given the job to escort you through. And he says, but you clearly ducked the question. And then he says, "Right, in here." And he like motions to some more double doors, and he says, I will be right outside if you require anything as well." And he motions to the doors with like his hands, and then they both like unhook and open.
Mm-hmm.
And then inside you can spot loads of just basically a small tornado of parchment floating around. There's clearly somebody in the centre of it. And you just hear, "Come in, come in."
It is quite impolite to tell people to wait and then leave us waiting.
And then you just see like a hand catch some of the parchments and push them to the side to make a wee window in all the spinning parchments, and he looks and goes, "Isla, in you come."
Zero.
And he like moves both of his hands, and it like parts the spinning parchments from around him. He goes, "You'll see why I have been distracted somewhat. Come in. Also, go away." And then he clicks his fingers, and the two doors shut behind you.
I'll go into the swirling parchment.
Yeah, so you're standing in the middle of like arguably maybe like a 10-foot radius circle, and it's just a wall of parchment surrounding them. And yeah, do you want to roll Arcana's probably the best one, to be fair.
Okay.
Just to see if you can pick up anything before he gives anything away.
Oh,
okay.
Can I use my source? I've got a thing.
Okay.
It's called Magical Guidance.
Okay.
If I click on the red text,
Yeah.
will it pop into the...
So there should be a speech bubble next to the red text. Click on that, pop it in chat. Okay.
So it says I can use a sorcery point to re-roll an ability check.
Yeah. Go for it.
I'll take away a sorcery point and I'll
Yeah.
try again. Just to give myself another shot. Yeah, that's worse. Oh well.
We must
don't know.
use the new one, sadly.
Yep.
Yep.
But 10 and 6.
I like the idea though that you actually like try and draw in your magic to try and go, right, come on, don't fail me now, magic.
Come on.
But
And
then
it just goes, no.
but maybe there's something about the fact that obviously you're still para about the magic that's been given to you. Right? So maybe there's something in there, given how your magic works, right? So there's definitely maybe you're a bit more apprehensive about using it than you'd let on, hence the 6.
Yeah, that seems fair.
And then Arthur goes, yes, you're quite right. It's the moons. He just nods and starts he puts his hands up to his mouth like he's like deep thought. Just nods.
The moons?
Yes.
Which one of the moons?
And he just points at one of the parchments. It means like nothing to you.
No. Cool.
It's like random like astrological like doodles. That he's like arranged in a way that you could view as if you were looking up at the stars. He's obviously arranged a bunch of these notes in such a way. And he goes, can you see what's happening?
Rasira, I'm not going to lie. No. I needed to talk to you about Crumbar. Because you just abandoned us.
He turns to you and
And
goes, yes. Crumbar is in dwarven custody.
yes. And you were the last one to see him with us.
Yes.
So do you not feel that would be important information in which the legal system might want to know? Instead of, I love your star work, but I thought you were supposed to be helping us.
I think he looks a bit rattled when you say that, and he looks at the papers. Oh, this is not my doing. No, I am not responsible for the moon problem. But as for the Crumbar situation, I've already submitted my findings to the dwarf courts, if you can call them that. He just looks at you blankly.
That would have been nice to have known.
Did not Prisma pass on my message?
She said you would come back after Crumbar. She was a very good messenger. I'm going to try not get Prisma in trouble.
He goes, It makes those noises a couple of times, then goes, as you can see, I've got my hands full with this moon problem.
I see.
And he goes,
Please ask what
this
moon
one
problem.
Yeah, well, she has, technically.
Yeah, he rambled.
And he points back at the one he pointed at before and he goes, this one's not where it was. He just looks at you.
I'm going to step closer to try and see what he's pointing at, but also just to get closer.
And he says, you see there, they balance each other. The moons. And then he highlights them all with a wee arcane symbol each, so he can, because he's clearly worked out you have no clue what you're really looking at. So you see 15 symbols on some of the parts where they appear. So you can now tell there are 15 moons. And he looks around.
Damn it, moon.
He looks at them and he says, yes, this one seems to have got slower.
Oh.
He tapped his fingers off each other like he's still mid-pondering everything.
I see. And that's important right now?
Well, if it falls...
Oh, I see.
We will be here.
Yes. Oh.
It just looks at you as if this is a tough day.
I look back at him going, I feel you, buddy. I feel you.
What was so urgent? Was it just the Crumbar business you said? I have submitted my account of events. They were very detailed. I was in fact told to never actually speak to them again.
Oh.
He looks a bit dejected at that, right?
I'm gonna start like welling up.
Mhm.
Just, I didn't.
He magics a
I've only met
hanky
them.
and he hands it to you.
Thank you. I've only met them, and I'm really worried. And it was so bad, Rasira. You didn't see it, and we're supposed to close the breach. And you're right. We're not focusing on the artifact, and I don't know what to do. I'm gonna try and lean towards it. This is what I'm going with.
No. I don't really want to make this a dice roll because I feel like it's creepier if the dice are involved, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm just gonna give him an insight roll, and I think
Okay.
that's the easier way to do this.
Sure.
And I'll just roll the d20 part of it in chat because it's funnier. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I think like as you kind of like lean towards him, obviously automatically like does that thing where like he grabs your shoulders, where obviously you're leaning in. And he goes, yes, and he starts like patting with one of his hands. He goes, and none of it will even matter if the moon kills us all.
Love it so much. I'm gonna like
As
for
he's
like
staring
lean
at
in,
the
like
papers,
crying
yeah.
and try. I'm just gonna try and like put my hands on his face and try and kiss him. Oh,
Okay. Oh dear.
well, cry. It's a full Cho Chang moment. I'm going for it.
So now, can you give me an Arcana roll? And would you like to spend the floating inspiration that's going around?
Yep, I would. Yeah, I really
I
would.
figured you might.
Okay.
This is for you to try
Oh,
and muster
God.
up something with what
Yeah.
Cyril gave you.
Trying to figure out. Okay. Oh God.
It's not bad. It's not bad. Yeah.
Okay.
I think you managed to get lips on him. So, at this exact moment, there is a massive pulse of electricity you feel go through all of you. Probably to the outside observer, your hair's all stood on end.
Cool.
Right? And so is his.
Yep.
But, you're no longer there.
Oh.
Right? So, in the sense that you're now in this kind of like big, hazy library. Right?
Oh.
And Cerule is standing next to you. And she just immediately marches forward and just snaps her fingers right next to you and goes, do not waste time, find the memory.
Okay.
Yeah.
I start looking for the memory.
Yep. And so does Cerule. As they start pouring through this essentially archive of Rasira's mind. I'm
talking, I'm going like, it was this time of day, this is where we were before, this is where we were after.
Do you want to roll investigate and we'll see if we can find it?
Okay.
Mm-hmm,
God,
mm-hmm.
I'm
And
not
remember,
gonna do
if MD wishes to give
There's
her...
some inspiration.
I was going to say, well, it's been used, remember, for the Arcana.
Yeah.
Well, but if anybody else wishes to buy her inspiration, you always could, you know? You were refunded the 12,000, Scott, so...
Oh, really?
Of course you were.
Oh, cheers. How'd you spell your name in this? It's
Isla.
Yeah, ISLA.
I hate it. I hate the Isla thing. It's so
Yeah.
dumb. Isla.
Yeah,
Isla.
no,
Yeah.
spell it.
Yep.
It's Isla without the Y.
Mhm.
Like the island.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine what that's like being foreigner, being taught English, and then coming to Scotland,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Yeah.
there's names and stuff like that.
Yep.
And I'm like, what?
Yeah,
Well
Scottish
done.
are
You
weird
guys are
accent.
getting all
No,
fucking hell.
like no joke.
So
I was just so tempted just to put Hannah. I'm like, no, that's
So-
not your character's name, is it?
Right, so you've got advantage on this roll, right, for investigate. Mhm.
I'm like literally shaking. Like that's how stressed I am. I know I don't know.
Well, hey! 13.
Wow, I want a refund.
Yeah, feel ya.
Yeah, so I think like it starts to go on to the part where you can feel the tension, right? In this, as you've been like pouring through, and then you can just like hear Cerule like tipping shelves over.
Oh, that feels not good.
And then like you just you hear her say from like the other side of this weird hazy library, "Have you found anything relevant?"
I take it I haven't with a 30.
No, you haven't. You probably have perused some of the memories that you have experienced firsthand with Rosira. But yeah, nothing pertaining to the you just saying the blue and Cyril. Yeah. But yeah, what do you tell Cyril?
I feel like it might be over here. There are things that I remember, but I've not found it yet.
And she like marches over in her like floor length sapphire studded dress, and she crosses the room, as if disregarding the mess she's just made behind her. And then
I worry what that's doing to his brain.
Sure, what? Yeah, right. She goes, this spell won't hold for much longer. We must be swift. You say you believe it's in this section? She gestures to the... If you've, like... With the 13, you could probably work out that what you've read insofar as, like, the detailing from the shelves, you could probably like, guesstimate, right? Roughly where that conversation might have taken place, or at least the shelf unit, if you will, of where that would be. And she blows it up with lightning.
Oh my god.
Hey, that works.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sorry, Rosira.
Yeah. And she goes, now go back and make your excuses to leave. Do not let this happen again. If, she looks back at the trash fire that is where those parchments were once stored. If it did survive, kill him. And then immediately the kiss is finished. And he stumbles back and goes, "Oh, I'm quite sorry, miss."
Sorry. I'm going to look at him because he stopped talking.
He blinks.
I blink back at him. Does he look like he knows who I am?
Roll insight.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He kind of looks like... It's okay. The 11's fine. And he looks just a bit confused, but that could just be from the kiss.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I'm sorry. It's been a day. But thank you for your news about Crumbar. I'm going to see if he reacts to the name Crumbar.
He goes, "Yes, Grumbar. Get him free, and then we shall assemble this artifact. Yes. Swiftly now." He awkwardly gestures to the door.
Okay. Yes, I'll return to Aria. We'll see you at Oridex.
Probably.
Again, I'm gonna Okay. Oh. I will leave. Oh God.
Yeah, you approach the doors, they open, and then the tall elf child man is there.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, "That was quick." And then the doors snap shut behind him, obviously, as, Vasira clearly closes them. He goes, "This way!" Awkwardly, he says, as he, quickly walks away.
I will follow, feeling stressed.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, I think just at some point, you're just obviously led out, and then you just walk your way back up to Arya in the queue.
I look shell-shocked, and I think my hair is quite staticky.
Mm-hmm. Arya, she returns.
Oh.
You did have the message, by the way. It was a given, I assume, but you did get the message from the sending spell that just said, she's arrived safely, blah blah blah.
Gotcha.
And then she's been returned like 5 minutes later.
Awesome sauce.
Probably 10, but yeah, 10's still not a long time.
Okay. Okay.
Oh god.
Oh.
So, does she look a
Bit frazzled.
Windblown?
Mm. Windswept and interesting. Yeah.
Windswept, yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
We should go. I think. Maybe. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Let's not talk about things here. Let's go.
Oh, no, I was not talking. I was giving you that sort of smile of, the friend that, like, knows what you've been up to.
It is actually the walk of shame,
So I'm
isn't
like-
it?
Yeah.
It is actually the walk of
I'm
shame.
making
But like memory
yeah, I'm kind
murder,
of making a sign, kind of like,
kissing.
go ahead. And I'll match your pace. Like if you're walking very quickly, I'll
Yeah.
walk very quickly. I'm kind of guessing
Yeah.
you want to get out of here.
Because I feel we have to leave this bit to use the eye. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so you just head back out to the harbour. I'll assume that's a yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sorry.
That's
I'm
okay.
still like,
It's okay. I
oh,
know it's been a day.
wish that insight had
I'll
been
probably
better.
be doing
I
this
love
in
it.
character as well. I keep looking at you, and then every so often I'll be shaking my head and start giggling again, because I know what you did. I
I
don't know.
I'm
wish-
really like, it's not funny.
I wish Ruya was a parrot because
Not
man,
to
it'd be
you,
funnier.
maybe.
Well, the fun I could have with
Wow.
Ruya as a parrot is the dialogue. Yeah, you just need to start casting speech on it. So
I'll. She would have, like, as I'm laughing, she would have made some weird, like, slight imitation of a laugh as well. So
mhm.
we'll-
yeah, like the way
they'll
crows
probably be
actually
bad
can like
accompanying.
a full-on conversation.
Yeah.
I take it you just return to Forge after that. Is that your plan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool, that's fine. Right, so I'm
I
gonna
will.
yeah, go
Oh,
on.
no.
On you go.
I will just fill Ari like once we're out of Horizon.
Mhm.
Pretty sure no one's listening to us. I'll
Mm-hmm.
be like, I think it worked. I hope. I don't really know how to double, triple check that without asking questions that might lead back to the information that I don't want to talk about anymore. But maybe if we all keep an eye on him once we're with him again.
Yes,
Just-
that's definitely something.
But I think at least for now, it might be okay. Oh, it just.
Did the
We need to put a bell
did
on
any
him
of the
so we know
advice
he's
help?
there. Not really.
Did any
I went
of,
with crying.
Bastiel's advice
Crying.
help?
No, Bastiel's advice did not help. But crying
cry?
did. No, I
Oh.
forgot magic existed for a second, and then I remembered very vividly.
The
Arya
horrible
looks at
moment.
you as if you'd grown like a bird on your shoulder, and very much aware that I'm the one with the bird on my shoulder. Like, I just look at you, kind of like, what? You
The fact
forgot.
It was a lot.
of sorcerer forgetting that magic exists.
Oof,
Hey,
that must have been some kiss.
I was gonna say I weaponized my white woman tears, but
Oh
also
dear.
I'm
You're
blue.
yeah.
So
Weaponized your blue woman tear. Yeah.
yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yep. You just find a quiet
Okay.
place, use the eye, and go to Forge. Is what I'm assuming that culminates in. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Right. Bastiel and Serene, you arrive at Forge 10 minutes ago. What would you like to do?
Ooh. Go see if we can see Cranbar, I guess.
Yep, so the guards outside the library are a bit startled and go, it's you guys again. Hello.
Hello.
It's quite disconcerting. That just popping in.
Sorry, we do that quite a lot.
It's been noted.
Good. We're gonna go where where is the prison?
Speak to the authority.
Oh, the white. Yes. Okay. We'll go do that. Thank you for all your help.
Mind how you go.
You too. Oh. Like when you say like someone
Also
says
with
enjoy
you.
your meal.
Uh-huh.
You say
You
you too. And you're
too.
like, oh.
Uh-huh. Yep, just awkwardness. I love it.
Yeah.
Bastille, you with us? Or is this your way because... Oh, good, you are here.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, remember you're here too. So yeah, you both head towards the throne room, I guess?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep. So I guess a fair bit of time passes. Probably in this timeline, we obviously will have a... However long it took for Arya and... About half an hour into your journey towards the throne room is when they'll appear
Mhm.
in the corridor, I assume, where Arya takes her and Isla.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it's maybe like 40. Maybe it's about 40 minutes into their journey, just getting to the throne room is when you will appear in that corridor as well. I think as used to appear, 40 minutes in, just go head to the throne room. It's where your companions are,
That's quick.
and how you go.
Thank you.
And then off you can go to try and catch up with them. So obviously then Bastille and Serene, you can get to the throne room.
Mhm.
Timelines.
Yeah.
Yep. I think you get there, and obviously the guards go, and you just go. Just doesn't stop you. It's just like, and you go. And yeah, you head in, and the white is there on the throne.
Hello again. We're just
She smiles.
we're here we're here to support Crumba with his situation. Is that starting soon?
Her smile obviously goes into a more polite than less genuine smile, and she says, "Ah yes, your companion."
Yeah, sorry about him.
If you wish to speak with him, I can have that arranged for now, if you would prefer.
Yes, that would be really helpful. Thank you.
She looks at you, Bastille, to see if there's any body language or acknowledgements or anything at all.
Yeah.
And you the same?
Put my hands to go and do like a monk bow.
Mhm.
Yeah. Please.
And she goes, I'm sure the guards outside will attend your needs. She smiles. It is the smile of get the fuck out.
Is it just her in there right now?
Yeah,
Is
just
there,
her.
like, scores of people.
No, because there's just her. There are no
Oh.
dragons on any of the the piles of monies either.
There's
Just
no
her.
pile. There's no pile of money. Did you say?
Nope, there's no dragons. I said.
All right. So there's just no dragons on the pile of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gone.
Yeah.
Where are
Yeah,
the dragons
they're in.
gone?
They're in Serene's house.
In the woods.
Imagine
Oh,
camera
yeah.
cuts straight to Serene's house and they're all crammed in with teacups.
It's like that Airbnb lied to us. This isn't spacious at all.
Oh dear, Faye B&B. Yep, all lies. Oh dear. So, yeah, you head out. You speak to some guards. On the way towards the cells, I guess. You pass the other two, conveniently assembling the party.
Whoa.
Amazing.
Oh.
Oh, hello. I thought you were going to be a bit longer, but it's good you're here.
I've now
It has
like
been like an
braided my
hour
hair,
since you've
so
been
it's
there,
not as
yeah.
staticky.
Yeah, like you've managed to like flatten it a bit.
Yeah.
How did it go?
As well as I think it could have done, maybe.
Did you make him forget?
I'm going to look at Bastiel going, but not that.
Ah.
Not Kiss of Death, turns out. Unless it's really delayed. I'm now going to look worried.
The dwarf near you just clears his throat. It's like, if we can please continue.
Mm.
And he marches on again. Yeah. So yeah, you are shown to the cells, and some old familiar designed man, aka the guy I've described to Crombar many times, goes, "Oh, he's a popular one today. Well, and you come, leave your weapons." He just points to a box.
Oh, yeah. Got my staff.
So, does anyone not leave their weapons? Is my question.
I leave my weapons.
I mean, I don't want
'Cause
to.
I don't
Okay.
That being said, I will just leave my weapons.
And he looks at you and goes, "Can you leave the bird?"
Oh, damn it.
Just looks at you.
I'll be like, can you stay here? Sit.
As you start saying that, he
Just kinda
quickly
like-
runs to a drawer and pulls out clearly some kind of small trail mix of some kind.
Twig.
Oh.
He quickly runs up
Oh,
and
bless
puts it
him.
in his hand, and he goes, "Come to me." He puts his finger out on one end of his hand full of food to try and coax Ruya off of you and onto him.
I'll be like, go and make sure do not clip the nice gentleman's hands. Be gentle. Be good.
They're callous to all hells anyway, so it wouldn't matter. And then he he just goes and fusses over Ruya.
Who probably doesn't has a bit of a face because he's doing it all wrong.
No,
You know,
he's
the
just
cat that
laying
doesn't want to
seeds
be
all the
held,
way
but
down and
can't
making
help it.
patterns with the seeds to see if Ruya's going to follow in the way they were laid down or just do whatever it wants. He's clearly
Oh,
he's
bless
clearly
him.
had this planned for a while if he ever got a bird.
Aw. Yeah, that's why I was like, be good, don't bite him, be gentle, la la la, because it definitely sounds like it.
After that initial fussing, he'll look over you guys, and has MD tried to hide any weapons?
Yeah, I was going to say, while he's doing that, can I try and hide the dagger that I have?
That Rasira
Rasira
gave you?
gave me. Yeah.
Someone bake a file into a cake for me.
So, or a cake into a file. I think you can. I think there's enough of closing on you that he's not going to check you over or anything. You can just do that. Yeah, you can just have the dagger on you. Yeah, I don't even think you need to roll.
I don't want to be completely unprotected because I'm used to,
having something on you. Yeah,
having something. Yeah,
makes sense. Practical. So yeah, I think after that, these are all kind of shown through. And then yeah, these are just in a corridor outside the fancy kind of Art Deco cell.
I can't do anything bad, guys, anyway, because he's got my bird.
Plus, yeah, right, he's got your collateral right there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
this guy's now played by Mickey Rourke apparently. So yeah, you get through there, and you have heard me describe the design of the place before. Grumbar, you were probably expecting to see your legal defense,
Mm-hmm.
and then walk the gang.
Oh, nice of you to
Arya
visit.
will be like waving.
Yeah,
Mm.
like awkward waves.
Hi.
Still in one piece.
Takes more than a cell to break me, boy.
Mm.
Says
So
that
you
to the
thought about what
100-year-old
you'll
man.
say up there?
Funny you should say that. Apparently, someone else is speaking for me.
Oh,
That makes sense. Impartial.
is it?
Who?
Not. And I spit on the ground and I say Vishal.
What?
Arya's gonna start looking at you kind of like he must be ill, he must be feverish.
What if they poisoned him with? Yeah.
Yeah,
What have they been
exactly.
feeding him?
I wish I was joking, but Patrovangus has just informed me of it.
The fever's obviously got to him, boys. Look at this. Look what's happened. Look. He thinks the king has told him that Vishal's his legal defense. Madness. That's my Ryan voice. That isn't anybody in the room's voice.
Yeah, I'm just waiting on the response.
I'm just.
Yeah, I think-
Right.
It's that awkward part when you
And-
visit like a relative in the hospital where you don't really know what to say to them other than "get well soon, goodbye."
Yeah.
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 I'll be like, but I'm thinking about it, and hopefully, be a good opportunity to find out who took the rod of power off him. Why the fuck he's here, though, I have no idea. But we'll deal
Considering
with
how
that as it comes.
quickly
Yeah.
he got away last time.
Also, he did say not to trust the white.
And you think she's involved with him being your legal defense?
I'm beyond guessing now. I want answers. I could sit in the cell all day and guess who's who and what's what, but I want answers, and I want that rod.
Also, just for a wee PAP moment for you guys, you might also want to tell Crumbar you have met Rasira, because remember, he knows none of that.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the entire Rasira adventure is like... Crumbar only knows what he went through with them. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I love.
Oh, I don't think Isla wants to talk or think about
Yeah.
Rasira right now.
That's fair.
That's on someone else.
I'd say, yeah, no, in fact, I wouldn't be able to. No, I will go say though, it's like, I'll kind of like walk up to the bars at this point and just kind of like lean on them and be, Aria,
Yes. Sorry, I was saying yes, but I was muted. Stupid.
and I kind of like that kind of like head nod to come closer to me now.
I will. Yeah. I'll get closer to him and be like,
And like I'll kind of whisper it to you, but obviously if the other people hear it, that's no problem. But it's just more of a kind of, I just want to make sure, and I'll just basically like tell you all about how Eremos showed up and everything like that, and you know how he was asking for you and stuff, and us
"Aw."
mentioned that like we miss him and he should come back to us, but he says that like he's got his own things to do now.
I do that thing what people do, sometimes when they're in shock, and I kind of like slap you on the upper arm and be like, "See, I told you he's not evil. He must be controlled somehow. He's not evil. He's not meant to be evil."
Yeah,
Poor thing.
he wouldn't really tell me who or why he's doing what it is that he's doing. I did try to get the spear off him, but he said it wasn't my weight to carry.
Hmm.
But I think we can get him back.
That's good. Yes, we will need him on our side.
Mm.
Well, even without just that, I don't like losing things and
Yeah.
people and such. And he did not want to go. He liked being with us. So, yeah.
I told him to come and see us again if he can. I guess
Yes.
once we're free of all this, and I'll just kind of gesture towards Olive Forge because I'm so fucking done with it.
Well, thanks for letting me know. But hopefully, we'll be talking about this a lot more detail soon. Don't worry too much about it.
And I'll just like tap my nose, like, yeah, not really the place, is it? So, what have you guys been up to?
Oh.
We went to High Rock and
be
we
like-
had some wine.
You just see Crumbar like punch the bars, like, without me, and like Orcish equivalent of just calling you every name under the sun.
Well, when it was decided that we
hands are
shouldn't go to Oradak without you, so Hyrok was just for lunch.
Yeah. I must say, I'm quite fond of this dwarven food now, though.
Oh,
They have
the
been
white
keeping-
the white bit me while I was here.
Head just kind of tilts. It's like, I get flung in jail, you get bitten. What the hell did you do? I'm
Oh,
like, that's a very Crumbar reaction. Like, why would you bite you?
oh, well, she wanted my blood.
I
To
just
find
ca-
her brother.
I just kind of like look at the like everyone. I'm like, and we still trust her, right?
You hear through everybody's bantering.
Hmm.
Personally, I wouldn't. And everybody turns around and sees Vishal.
Hmm.
He's there with some very, like, new looking robes on. All black this
Oh.
time.
Does he still look like he's had the shit kicked out of him,
No.
or
Nope.
is he all
He
happier?
looks as you first saw him, only now he's wearing very stylish black robes. As if he just went into his, elite wardrobe.
I believe.
And he says, "Now, is this the entire legal defense, or am I cutting some of the fat away?"
Right. This is us.
Right.
I'm surprised that you're here.
I have a lot to say about you, that's why. And he grins uncomfortably wide.
No, but and I had a lot to say to you before you.
Enough speaking. How will you all decide to contribute to the defense as he addresses the party on this side of the bars with him? And he looks at everything and just points to Isla straight away. You,
Oh.
your contribution to the defense. Speak now, please. The dwarfs will love this.
Oh, it's been a really long day.
You'll have many long days if we don't get this tight.
That's true. I feel like saying Crumbar didn't mean to isn't really helpful to anyone who lost someone. But he really didn't mean to. Like a kid who's seen, stolen cookies.
He couldn't have known that
That was going to be the outcome.
She'd react
would,
like that.
yes, so far we've seen this entity get involved in anything.
I think Vishal just rolls his eyes and then goes, "Celestials should not be trusted. You should know this. I know some of you are a bit more blind to it than others," and he motions to Crumbar vaguely with his hand dismissively. "What do you think they do? Up there," waves vaguely, up. "They don't care about us." He kind of just
Yes,
gauges everything.
it does surprise me though. What made you care about this?
This is a waste of time. Tell me, how are you contributing to his defense? Do you have anything to contribute that will alleviate the weight against him?
Well, simply that if he had intended any harm to the dwarfs or anybody else, you know very well his enthusiasm towards hurting things and people. He would have done it himself. He absolutely had no intention and no knowledge that that would happen.
Yes, so ignorance is your defense. Perfect. And you, Bastiel.
I will speak on behalf of the gods of Crombar's destiny, his place in this universe to do great things.
Whose
His
gods?
time is over.
The dwarf
The
gods?
great gold
Crumbar's
one.
gods? My gods?
dwarf-
And he chuckles. And he goes, "Or your gods?"
Well, a bit of
I
everything.
really want to punch him, but I know it would be a bad idea.
Power Caradri, that's all I'm going to say.
Well, maybe not Adri.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I actually have wisdom.
Wow.
I've got wisdom, I
it's-
think.
I think it's there is no save. It is
Don't
just
use it.
it's just die. The spell, sadly, with a
Yeah.
is it a health limit? Yeah.
Yeah, 100.
Yeah. So he then says, "So which gods are in Crumbar's corner?"
We have the great golden worm.
Perfect. I
Uh,
heard you were missing him. Where exactly have you been keeping him?
We'll get to that.
Perfect.
soon.
I'm sure that's going to be a great defense when we get to that. So, moving on, and you, my dear. He obviously looks up because I think he's only about, I think he's 6'2", right? Maybe 6'3". So, yeah, you're definitely quite a bit taller than him. Serene. He goes,
Mhm.
and how are you contributing, my dear, to the defense?
Oh, well, I guess I'm just here for moral support.
Well, at least that's actually useful. You can stay, others leave. And he just stands and like gestures to the door.
Mhm.
Do you
I mean,
do anything,
if
or
I
do you
don't
just
have to
stand
do-
there? Like, yeah, like there's nothing other than just Vishal standing there, telling you to leave. That's it.
Well, yeah, if he's literally saying you don't have to do any work here, then I will leave. Okay.
Yeah. Cool. Perfect.
All right.
Yep. Mhm.
Yeah, Isla's feeling very overwhelmed by the day.
Yeah.
Doesn't feel she's
Yeah.
much help to anybody right now.
Are you?
Yeah, no, Arya's just gonna turn, just as she's about to leave,
Mhm.
she's gonna turn back and say, his character is going to be his best defense. If he wanted to hurt anybody, he would have done it himself. He did not raise his weapon against any of those people. What happened is not his fault. He just happened to be here, and
Like,
that thing
Vishal nods to you
just
with that,
chases
right?
him everywhere.
Vishal nods.
And I'll just leave now.
Yeah. Vishal nods. Like that is like it's definitely like a nod of that does make sense. That is well spoken. It is definitely one of those kind of nods of not just get the fuck out. It's definitely just a indeed true words.
You have a little bit of respect from me.
Yeah, and like you head back into like the kind of area where the old man's chasing Ruya around the room. Like they're just clearly they are playing a game.
Oh, playing. Okay,
Aw.
cool.
Yeah, they are clearly
Okay,
having
I'm
the
to
time
be
of his
like,
life.
Oh yeah, I told you to be good. Okay.
He goes, "You've not to let the seeds drop." He's like running to like catch, and Ruya's clearly got like a seed in its mouth. He's like clambering over like storage boxes and stuff, and he's like,
Arya's a bit surprised because usually if there's some sort of food, then it ends up. You see it 1 second, and then the next second you don't see
"There's
it.
maybe the look of bloatedness from Ruya though. Currently, with probably kind of seedful." And like as he kind of clocks all of you shuffling, over already. It wasn't too. Oh, and like Ruya just lands somewhere, probably on your shoulder, and just tucks the seed into your hair.
Oh, that's thank you.
Don't let it hit the ground. And he walks over and he goes, he tries to take the seed out of your hair. Still counts as mine. He holds up to Ruya, eats it.
Well, he is quite short, so I probably had to bend a fair bit for that. But I'll do it
He's about
gladly.
5 feet. Yeah, not that short.
Fine, okay.
Yeah. I mean that is short, but he's not that short.
It's only like an inch shorter than me.
Yeah. And he kind of shuffles away. And we cut back inside the room. Or Serene, Vishal, and Grumbarar, and Vishal like magics some kind of seat for you, Serene. He goes, "I'm not a fan of the dwarven comforts. You see, it's quite an ornate-looking seat that he just conjures."
How do you do magic in here? Okay.
Right? And You got a very nice looking ornate seat, actually, with big cushions padded into it. It's kind of like sat, just in front of the bars. And then he says, "Well now, Crumbar."
And I would just kind of like lean on the bar, that kind of best I can, that kind of, well, let's see what he has to say.
So, you'll probably be wondering why I asked to be your defense.
You cannot imagine how much I want to know the answer to that.
I think I have quite the idea. It's probably the rest of your life that depends on it, so I think perhaps a little gratitude and less bitterness in your words would go a long way. My name is Vishal, and your name is, and he's addressing you, Serene.
My name's Serene.
Perfect. Serene, can you please up his support morally?
You got this, Crumbar. Just remember, it wasn't you that did anything. It was us. She was weird and
I think Vishal just gives you like a thumbs up and then puts his hand as if please stop now. But he gives you like a thumbs up. And then like Vishal gestures to Serene going, "You see? Nobody hits you here, Crumbar."
I'll just look at Serene and then Orcish or just say thank you, little one. And I'll be like, why are you wanting to help?
Why are you thanking her? I was the one that told her to stay. Vishal replies in Orcish.
Yeah, he would fucking know.
Yeah.
Wouldn't he?
Of course he's going to Orcish. He had loads of dealings with orcs.
Yeah.
Does Serene even speak Orcish?
Nope.
Nope.
Nope. But I'll just be like, I'm still waiting.
Your defense, let's hear it. How are you going to convince these stubborn fools that you're not responsible for killing thousands of them?
Simple. I'm going to tell the truth.
Oh dear gods.
I did not willingly set that astral bastard upon these people. I have never seen such behavior before, and I didn't know that would be the result of me coming here. If I known that, I would have stayed back. But
you messed with Celestials. He does it like as if it's like, ugh, how, like, it's like the way people would talk about, but you made deals with devils. He's saying that about Celestials.
I'm like, well, they weren't hostile to me when I had what they wanted.
Oh, I imagine that. You having something that someone wants, and they're friendly to you. I am shocked by this. This is all in common, by the way, for Serene's benefit. It turns to Serene as if like, are you shocked by this, Serene?
I'll be like, and I'll say,
it's
like,
with him.
What was that, sorry, Serene?
I said they messed with him.
Exactly. And why are we discussing your innocence and not their guilt?
And I'll just be like, that way I kind of like step back, like, kind of like lean back.
Yeah, you maybe like realize maybe this guy's got something to say.
Yeah, I'm like, didn't think of it that way. And it's like, I guess I'm not one for trying to pass blame, but yeah, you're right.
He grins and goes, I have found there's always someone more to blame. And he grins. And that's where we end the session. Because I think it's a good line to end on.
Fucker.
Oh.
Yeah.
Got the session title then.
I have a suggestion I'm going to type in, but you can also volley in. There's also a Panic at the Disco song, actually, it's fitting.
Yep, I have it stuck in my head the second I read it.
Yep.
Oh, Yeah,
as well.
quite like House of Memories.
I like Cyril's approach to everything. I'm just gonna put it out there, guys. I just love her approach to everything.
Just smash it to pieces.
2 seconds.
So you think it's in this area? Electricity everywhere. Yes.
Oh, she's so
Ledge.
cool.
I do like her. I know it feels a bit silly, me bigging up my own NPCs, but she's just kind of on her own now. She's her own entity now. You know, I merely check in with her now.
He seemed fine. I think yeah. Oh.
So, what's the thoughts then? Where are the votes going? So we've got Someone to Blame, Thanks for the Memories, House of Memories, Electric Lobotomy, Electric Boogaloo, Kissogram.
Yes, that's good.
I don't quite get that one, but hey.
Oh, it's like like a telegram, but of kisses.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yes.
In fact, yeah,
I think I'm gonna go for that one as well. Considering how stressful it was.
Oh dear. There we go. That's Kissogram. Yep, there we go.
To be honest, I was really struggling to decide between a few of them. I still am. But, yeah.
It's okay. That's good. We'll remember this one. We'll remember this one. Well, let's have a look at goals. Let's have a look at goals. And so, use Ardax resources to find out more about the eye.
No.
We said his name this time.
Yeah, you
We
did.
did.
Yep.
We did.
He got a mention.
Yeah, he did. Yep. I guess he gets to stay. Learn who took the rod of power for Shal. No.
I could have if the session went on a bit longer.
Time's against us, sadly. Learn the artifact's name and use. Rasira is so probably not even on that just now.
No, it's hung up on the moon.
The moons.
Wait, we
Moons.
slept.
No.
Nope.
Because we went to
No, we
see
drank.
No.
them. Yeah.
No, you have been away from a forge for about 2 hours at most. And then
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
It's been another hour after that based on walking through Forge. So it's been 3 hours since you left Forge to go to lunch.
Oh.
Yeah.
Things happen quickly.
Or 4 hours maybe. It's probably closer to 4 hours, but you get what I mean. It's definitely not been that long.
I feel like we sat in the park for a while.
Yeah, in fact,
Day
to us,
drinking.
if I add in the park, it has probably been 7-ish hours if we add in all the kind of waiting times, I guess. And
All the drinking.
yeah. So it's only been about like say 6 or 7 hours since you actually left Forge with Rasira to go to lunch. So yeah. But yeah, so God Call GGW, nope. Successfully commune with Hydra. No, okay, so personal goals. Commune with nature to learn about the art of that. Okay, install Wrath. Progress made, but not yet. Who has control of just nope. Rectify my misstep.
I'd say
No,
yes.
I did that.
You did.
If there's new problems,
Yeah.
there are new problems.
Correct, and that's why it was worded as such. So
Yeah.
yeah, you can move that over to the completed list. There you go.
Wow, nice.
Yeah. Right, and Crumbar, prove I'm not the direct cause of the deaths.
Not yet, because the trial hasn't happened.
But are you looking forward to your new defense team? Do you have any changes in goals? And by that, I'll start with Isla. Do you have any replacement for your blank slot? Or does anybody have any suggestions for Isla?
It looks like we've pretty much just shaken Rasira entirely.
Oh,
Kind of done. Well, probably just main plot stuff. Research X, Y, Z. I don't know.
Well, there's the ideas pile, right? There must be something relevant in there. Because if it isn't, you should delete it.
Yeah.
Mm. Demystify relationship between Vishal and Red.
Oh yeah.
Play the fun seed game
Yeah.
with Ruya.
That seems really cool. Seems like a great game.
Yep.
Oh dear.
Yeah, but you know, I don't want my bird to get fat, so
Yeah.
because then you know she can't fly, not because I'm fat shaming my bird, poor thing,
Mhm.
but it's just the notion. So
Mm.
yeah, if people keep like wanting to play with her, I'll probably give them some of her toys.
The trouble is that find out who the vampire is. Yeah. No. Okay. Yep.
Oh god.
Right.
I'm trying to think what's coming up like post. If we get Crumbar out of jail.
So get Crumber out, speak to Rasira, go to Ordax. Right? Isn't that the order?
Yeah.
Yes.
And then ideally that'll hopefully help with Rod of Pavashal and Artifacts Name and Use, and it'll
Yeah.
hopefully give you time to do a wee cheeky sleep to get the God Call of the GW and commune with the High Druid, and maybe even before any of that happens, commune with nature about Heart of the Mountain, blah blah blah. So all of that's kind of in the next arc, right? Like the next little stage, as long as sleep happens and people get spells back.
Sleep.
Yeah. Or like rejig spells. Install Wrath's probably a tiny bit away because you'll need to like basically get an infuser on board and something to infuse. But that's fine. We know at least the steps to that, and then we can get your arm chopped off and Wrath installed, which is amazing. Who has control of Justoria? I don't know how to put a time limit on that because I think it's just.
I don't know if that's gonna happen.
The thing is, I don't know because it really depends what you do with who, and with what. Right, so I can't say that's going to be soon or miles away. That could happen at any point.
Yeah, I don't know how we're gonna figure it out because we've tried to call her things. I don't know what else as a party we can do.
Well, if we
at the
get in
moment.
touch with a Eremos again, I'm hoping that we can ask him, like, hey, did you shank Justoria and do you know who's got her now?
True that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good.
Okay. And then Isla stuff's the Art Blank one. We got Crumbar's Trial one, so that still seems relevant. It is really just. I think everything is still fairly relevant, isn't it? To be fair. It's just that Bastille and Serene's personals are slightly longer in the tooth, but that's fine for personal goals.
Yeah, I have an idea how to do it much faster, but it depends on how quickly we level up. So
Okay.
it's kind of
Well, that does depend on
weird.
goals, right? It's weird, right? It's like, how quickly to get to that goal do I
Yeah.
get to other goals? Yeah. It's a strange system. I think Isla, so you've got like all the personal angles of Isla are Cerule, the party, now Rasira's a different branch of that. This budding romance you've started.
Oh no.
So there's that. Which of the branches is appealing? I guess if you want to just have the party be separate to, save the world, we'll have that branch too. So we've got.
Also, what you're personally invested in, like your character in particular, and I assume you want the blue.
Yeah, I feel like some of it's just like, get back into favor, having fucked up.
Well, why don't you find something that you could do, like literally that exact thing, right? What do you think would appeal to the blue enough that you could gift her, right? Because remember, it would need to be challenging enough to justify being a goal, but it would also need to be impressive enough that Cerule would look at it anyway. So therein lies the challenge.
Yeah. So I feel like that's maybe.
She's already been in that. It's not like it's new territory for her now.
Yeah.
So what's the
So I wonder if maybe one of the things because it's been brought up before and it has now come up in research, is more about tieflings.
Okay.
And links to the Abyssal Breach. And because things have come up about demons and there's Heart of the Mountain and like there was
so
that
maybe
whole
uncover some new information regarding tiefling connection to Abyss.
Yes.
That basically.
Yes.
Do that with Vishal. maybe.
Yeah, because like he's invested in all of that as well, and she's definitely starting to question. Okay, like I'm not what I thought I was, and what I am is linked to this somehow.
Yeah. Obviously, there'll need to be some level of interaction and challenge to that, but yeah, that's fine. I'm sure we can work on that on a case by case, depending on what you learn from who when. Any other goals to be shifted, changed, adjusted? Going once, going twice,
I'm okay with my goal, yeah.
going 3 times a lady. Okay, moving on from goals. That's 900 XP then, it sounds like, guys.
Yay!
Add that to the total.
That's math I can't do.
Yeah, someone else math.
60,600.
Not bad. What's that, less than 4,000 to go?
60,000.
60600.
Yeah,
60600. Right.
that
cool.
was
How much is left to go? Like 2?
4,000. Less than that.
So 3,600. Is that right? No, 3,400. Sorry, 3,400's left to go.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not bad.
That's
6 goals or something.
I need to sleep, damn it.
Yeah, if we sleep, there's a bunch we can maybe hit.
Yeah.
I know, right?
So while Crumbar talks, Will just go and sleep.
Yep.
why?
True.
What happened? Wait, I'm confused. How can sleep make you get a achievement?
Because they just need to rejig the druid spell list she's got, so she can do the goal.
Well, yeah, I need
That's
to
why.
commune with nature, so I need to sleep so I have
Oh,
another level.
right.
Like, I have my spell back.
And
Because
if
remember,
Right.
this is still the same day when I helped Pippa Vanges get a legit
Yes.
banner.
The same day.
Right, so communing with nature's a spell, right? I thought it was
A thing.
right.
Okay.
Okay.
Right,
Right. I
so
thought it was just a
has
fancy way of saying go
the
talk
dog
like
call is a
everybody
spell as well.
added the new XP tool to their sheets?
Yes, John.
Yes. Good.
Maybe.
Cool. Let's transfer into the post-game wrap-up chat stage now, right? Where we'll just start with Arya. You can feel free to continue the same conversation if you wish.
Yeah, well,
What even was this session, right?
I don't know, but it was fun because it was a bit of oh, we've just had nice wine. Maybe we can act drunk, which of course is always fun especially because we had to figure out the response to a problem, which is always more fun to witness when it's drunk people trying to figure out something, because the ideas are a lot more cool than usual. So that was really fun, I think, at least for me to play, and we had some really good interactions all together. And of course, then I had to go all minibus mom, taking people back and such. And I always, even though technically she's obviously supposed to be a druid and not some sort of politician, she really likes the notion of like, I know important people. They will want you to tell them that I'm here. I don't know why. I just keep like doing that, and I keep doing it. I'm like, look at me being
I mean,
all
Arya has a bit of political clout, right? You're a noble dwarf.
I know, and I'm wearing paladin armor.
Yeah.
So to passers-by, I'm probably to them.
Zedreka said it should fast track your application. You know.
I know. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I have friends in high places. I call the freaking archmage by his first name, and I look like a paladin, and I don't care that people go like.
Princess, just worry about your diamonds, right? Right. I mean, let's not overlook how many people have been.
I know. Yeah, I've been quite spoiled, and I'm aware of it. Yeah.
You had a picnic with the king of the world.
I know, but there's no proof of that though, so I can't just say it because then nobody would believe it. But yeah, so I like using that because I think it's really funny because she obviously she has her bird on her shoulder and twigs in her hair and that very pretty shiny armor and that like they know me. Like it's just I like that so much. But yes, it's always fun to act silly. And there was plenty of acting silly in this game, especially with the planning of the kiss and the execution of the kiss and the knowledgeable look of like, I know what you've done. So yeah, that was a session that had a bit of everything. Except the trial that we were actually expecting. But hey,
You know, things happen.
that's how these things go. I know, increasing the suspense. You're doing it on purpose. I know.
I've realised Arya reminds me now of there's a character from Stargate who was one of my favourite characters. She was called Lya, Lya, and she is a member of a really, really super advanced race called the Nox, who just looked like people that lived like they'd been dragged through bushes. But they were like super advanced. And like basically knew all of the super advanced races because they were like out of the 4 super advanced races of the universe, they were one of them. And I'm seeing a lot of comparisons now at this stage in the game with Lya and Arya. Yeah. Yep. It just rings a bell, that's all.
And the funny thing is, I actually wrote it in chat. I've actually based Arya on my very first character that I played, who was a 3.5 druid called Leah Nilo.
Nice. That's uncanny. Yeah.
I know.
Not bad.
But yeah, anyway, I've talked too much.
No, that's fine.
Next.
Bastille.
I like the pace. We weirdly enough, we could have probably done a lot of goals if we just wrote down what we got through this session. But yeah, things just kept moving. It was good.
Yeah.
Michelle was a no surprise.
Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed them.
Yeah, set up for a very dramatic court scene now.
Michelle just screaming at dwarfs. Yeah.
I'm very curious how they do it too.
Objection! That's not how it works here. Objection to that too!
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be very dwarf. And Dondra Bell has at least given Crumbar some training in how to actually respect dwarven courts. And Vishal's probably going to train him into how to be found innocent of court.
Yeah, but it's like so many heavy hitters. I wonder if they're going to do like draw his memories out magically and stuff and get weird with it.
Yeah, like Dumbledore just gets summoned. Yeah, and he's like, a wee bit of onomancy here, just get it sorted. That's what they called it, at least. So yeah, no, good. That's buddy. I mean, you've made progress on the arm. Like, Flick seems like he's your man. So.
Yeah, I just need to do the elemental bit, and pretty much there.
Yeah, like somebody to tame a fire elemental, chuck it in your arm, get your arm off you, stick this one on you, bit of duct tape till you heal. Flick's your uncle. There you go.
Yeah.
He's got a new arm. So yeah, brilliant.
Easy.
Yeah. Suppose, depending on who you ask when and what you offer in exchange to make all that happen, probably not really that much time involved in that. It's just you've obviously got a couple of things in the docket ahead of it. Like Crumbar's entire debacle. Yeah. Anything else, bud?
Yeah. No, all good.
Okay.
GG.
Serene.
Oh, just had a fun old time discussing Isla and Rosira. That was fun. It'd be interesting to see how Serene is, if she's going to help at all in the in the court scene.
Vishal seems very happy with your performance so far. Yeah.
Just standing there, like being positive. That's about it. But yeah, it's interesting to see how it will go.
I love that he just made you the good cop in his legal defense team.
Just there, to like, it's fine, everything's great. It's interesting to see that Vishal is there. after all that Serena's heard about him, and seeing him like beaten up by the white, and now he's just casually back again. That'll be interesting.
Oh.
So yeah.
And I mean, at least you have your dagger with you in the room, so
Right.
there is that. Yeah.
Just in case, can
Uh-huh.
just give him.
Yeah.
Crumber's like, he was my legal defense. The drunken wine chat was so good as well, though. He's just trying to formulate a plan, like what the actual fuck. Oh dear. Yeah. Anything else, my dear?
That's it, I think.
Cool. Crumber.
I hate everything that is happening in my
I
life
don't know.
right
Visually
now.
seems alright.
I just want to get his MO,
I mean, remember everything he's ever said to you, right? We don't
Yeah.
have to be enemies.
Yeah, but it's like he was quite quick in getting the hell out of this place, and it's just weird that he just happens to know him on trial, and now he's happened to decide, oh, I'll come be his legal defense, because what if I want to be his legal defense so that I can make sure that he fails and then tanks, and then, yeah.
I mean, why would they teach you how to cheat the system then?
That's
Right.
what I mean. Like, I'm like, like,
Why would he keep Serene to keep the positivity in the room versus him being like, please stop being a crumbar about this. Give him some pep. See? Pep. Back to me having a go at you. Yeah.
Serene's just being a bard now.
Yeah. Yep. Have some Cairnwood inspiration. Yeah. Yep. It's good. Yeah, I don't know. How do you feel like... How does Crombar feel about his defense in general? I don't just mean Vishal, I just mean in general. What do you think your chances are? Like, how do you think it's going to go?
I felt good until Vishal showed up. Now I don't know.
Okay.
But I don't know. It's just there's so many variables now, and I'm like, I mean, end of the day, I guess we could just be like, yo, just story it. No, the Dreka this. But I don't want to do that because that's such a cheat button.
Plus, Crombar doesn't know about that button. Just interesting.
Yeah.
It's definitely one that the party have in their pocket. I don't even...
I definitely
Does
felt
Bastiel
good.
know?
Right.
No, I don't think Bastiel actually knows. I think he knows they met Zedreka.
I definitely felt good after the Don Drabella chat. It was nice knowing that the king has said something.
Mm-hmm. So has
So,
Rasira?
Did
Rasira sent...
Rasira say?
Yeah,
Yeah,
remember when Isla
yeah.
went and spoke to him? Because I've already sent my
Oh yeah,
my
yeah.
statements, and apparently
and
there were
me
quite...
and-
there was a lot of them.
Me and Rasira are homies, so yeah,
Yeah.
I'm good with that. And then just Vishal's kind of throwing shit in the mix, and
Interesting to see what
I
the
just,
outcome
I
of
just
that
want to get out of jail and go and do a combat. I know how to combat. I don't know how to legalize things.
Oh, you need to get out of jail and then find a weapon and then go to a combat. There's a wee mini step in between.
Yeah, no, I'm not ready to face the fact of my weapon's still gone. I'm still upset about that.
But I think Bastiel is just like full of weapons at the moment, so like it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, but
Oh shit! Mom
I
asking me
don't-
to check my voice.
like
uh,
what you're saying though is it's like the equivalent of like being like, oh right, I know you've been driving this Mercedes around for like the past couple of sessions, but since you gave that away, here you're gonna just have to use a feet pedal now.
other cars do exist, folks. Yeah, I see that. Yeah,
You know,
I
and
get
I'm
it.
like, I don't want to go back to just having a basic bitch weapon.
I mean,
Yeah.
why don't you just go buy a fancy one then, from a fancy weapon seller?
Because last time I tried that, I realized, I have no money.
Yeah.
Oh no, you have so much money. You've got 6
Got
mithril
a lot
rings.
more money now.
Yeah.
We've also got a
Yeah,
load of
that-
platinum.
but 6 mithril rings are not exactly money. It's not a currency as such. I was just really lucky that Flittic took them. So unless, I mean, who knows? Maybe,
It's very expensive.
maybe. I don't know. I think I need to go do a wee trek to Aganis
Mm-hmm.
once we're all done here. But it's fun to just earn weapons rather than like be like, oh, here you go, you collected money.
Maybe you could get
Yeah.
the gavel
It's just
from
the
the
way of
court
the world.
and use that. That's a hammer.
Yes.
Oh God, really?
It has a once per day ability. Objection!
Objection, but an insta-ban somebody from the battlefield.
Yeah, it might just be a one-use banishment spell. Who knows? Yeah.
Oh my god, that would be brilliant. I mean,
There's
yeah,
a homebrew
that's-
weapon straight away,
yeah,
right? Look
homebrew
at that.
weapon right there.
Yeah. Objection! Where did they go? I don't know. I never actually questioned where they go. Let's go. So, anything else, bud?
I'm gonna still say I love you for now, but yeah,
It's okay.
for now.
Still love to. Like, so does Vishal. And Isla.
Oh, Isla's had a day. I really enjoyed the day drinking. Everyone's planning was amazing.
It was great.
I think we should all write a rom-com together. I think we'd be really good at it.
Yeah.
Trans input. So a death kiss, though, at some point. So it's like a film noir rom-com? Which I'm
Yeah.
like, let's do that. I don't
Memory
think those exist,
heist.
so...
Define good.
Yeah. Sort of both stressed and happy with how it went.
Yeah.
It feels like I did the thing. Stressed about the thing still. Rasira is, bless him. I feel like Isla's now going to like ghost him though. Because it was definitely like, this is not why we're here, but also I need to do the thing so that I don't lose everything.
Yeah, horrible.
So very much, she's learned her lesson about remembering who is around when you talk about things.
Yeah, because imagine you did it again.
Yeah.
Oof.
Oh, that's what it's like, because it was like, make sure he doesn't know, and I'm like, how do I do that without asking about the thing that he shouldn't know? So I'm gonna go with just cross your fingers and pray. Good lord. Oh.
Yeah, and Cyril seemed fairly...
She
yeah.
obliterated that bookcase.
Yeah.
Yeah, glad we're back in Forge. Glad we're kind of all together. That's nice.
Yep.
We've all been in the same room for the first time in 4, 5 sessions.
Yeah, I think so. It has been a while you've been separated, yeah.
And we were all really awkward about it. It was great. I liked it. Was that kind of like, oh hi.
What's your name again?
Yeah. That everybody forgotten stuff, yep. It's like, wait, do you wipe everybody's memories? Yeah, it's...
So yeah.
It was good. It was good to see that. It was nice to see what you're willing to do for Cyril, I think.
Oh yeah, I think I've shown where my loyalty lies.
Yeah, and also the steps Cyril is willing to take through you, I think, as well. Because it's not even so much about trust, it's more just a case of the ferocity of her way to solve a problem that is clearly worrying her. Because normally she would be quite calm and collected on the surface. But you definitely saw a slightly more... What's the word? Rattled, maybe? Yeah.
Dragony.
Yeah. Ferocious,
Oh.
yeah. Ferocious, maybe, yeah. Maybe a little bit more ferocity in her actions. And just a complete disregard for a man's mind. Like,
I'm mildly concerned about that.
Yeah. Yeah, I would be too. Because that's... What was he currently working on as well? What was it? I can't quite remember.
Oh.
Yeah. That won't be terrible.
Yes, if the moon falls, it's definitely my fault. Okay, cool. Good to know.
I mean, if you survive it though, you could call your hill Isla Moonfall. Or
That would be pretty cool.
That's kind of cool.
Okay. So that's a good silver lining.
There you go. Right. Not from the moon though.
Yeah.
Just. Well, there'll still be 14 maybe. As long as they didn't all keep themselves in balance. Wait a minute. What is it you said again? They all balance each other. Damn. Yeah. Imagine you somehow were responsible for 15 moons falling out of the sky. That's pretty impressive as player achievements go.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wouldn't worry about that. Who even remembers that? So, anything else, my dear?
I would say I'm probably less stressed about that than I was about Cyril being mad at me. So
Yeah,
I do
fair.
think that shows why Isla's.
It's good though. It's nice to see Isla and Cyril's relationship a bit more, even if the party get it in the meta. Like it is good to see a bit more of it. Because like even how you were assigned to the party, Cyril definitely believes she put you in the party. Do you know what I mean? Nothing to do with Celeste. Like Cyril's like, and you should go with them. Yes. As if she's doing them a favour and herself a favour by having an agent amongst them. But nothing about that Celeste Destiny bullshit. No, not at all. That's good. Excuse me. Anything else?
Oh, I think that's me.
Yeah, not good. It was nice. There was the same levity as there was last time, just not as much mania. Not definitely the same tones though, which I enjoyed. It was nice. That was the ridiculous Rasira arc. Is it over? Who even knows? So we'll see how that goes. But as soon as you get Crumbar out of jail, I'm sure that'll be fine. And at least you know that if the thing with Vishal goes badly, you could, get Zadreka. You just might want to give her as much notice as possible, given that she's the other side of the world.
Message.
Sending. Not message is 120 feet.
How did you even know I was 120 feet away from you? She sat a couple of rows behind you.
I'm just constantly messaging people to see if they're nearby.
Yeah, just all the time. Are you here? Are you here? Are you here? Oh dear. That's why you should walk into any dungeon room and just aim at all of the furniture and objects with magic missile, and the ones the missiles hit was the mimic, as I've said before, because it only targets creatures. So there's a tip for you guys. Yeah, besides that, thank you for playing. That was absolute nonsense and I loved it. I'm excited for the trial. I've said at the end of the last 4 sessions. And we'll see if we get there, quite frankly. You may be called to give statements. I'll give you this notice now. You may be called to give statements regarding Crumbar in the trial.
Okay.
Cool.
So
Cool.
I'll give you a week to have that thought process to see how you wish to convey to the dwarf court Crumbar. And yeah, you'll still have like a couple hours before trial as well, because it's probably like very late in Dwarfland versus how late it was getting in a High Rock. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. But there is probably maybe just a long rest's worth of time before the trial.
How convenient.
I mean, it is. I have no reason to deny you a long rest. There's nothing I need you to not be able to do. So I don't mind it being 8 hours, but I just don't think that I can justify it being a bit longer. In terms of how time works, I guess. But yeah, so I'll give you that much to work with for next session. Anyways though, thank you for playing, thank you everybody for watching. Say goodbye folks.
Bye.
Oh,
Bye.
God.
Bye.